Right. Can you believe it, guys? Christmas. Just a week away. Christmas is in a week. Woohoo. I'm so happy about this information. Christmas. Just a week away. Wow. Can you believe it? Christmas. Just in a week. Butter so fast. Christmas. Just a week away. Can you believe it, guys? I'm so happy about this. Christmas. In a week. Fuck it.
This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can find all the cards in this
Shut up.
single rare in a booster pack. You're usually hoping to get a powerful or at least useful card. However, a card's rarity doesn't always mean that the card is good, and that's certainly what you're going
I already
to see in
did
this
Vinny's
list.
bidding.
In fact, this is one of the worst ones I've ever done. It's so bad that Wood Elemental didn't even make it because it actually kind of does something, unlike the other cards on this list. While opening
We will
a
get
lower
Vinny
rarity card
Jones.
in a booster pack
We
is
will get
frustrating.
him as a
Getting one that takes
commander
up your rare slot is
in
even worse.
a couple
To be
days.
eligible for this list, a card had to be rare in its original printing. This list won't have mythic rares, as I've already done a worse list for those. You should check that list out, though, if you're in the mood for even more terrible cards. While the cards that appear on this list and the order in which they appear is left up to my opinion, there are some important things that have to be true about a card for it to show up on this list. First, it has to be bad in each of Magic's 3 main play modes. That is 40 card limited, 60 card constructed, and 99 card commander. Additionally, the card has to have always been bad. In other words, for a card to truly be considered one of the worst ever, it has to be bad everywhere and throughout all of that card's history. Alright, let's get started with my picks for the 10 worst rares in Magic. At number 10, I've got Common Cause. This rare enchantment costs 2 generic and a white, and all non-artifact creatures get +2/+2 as long as they share a color. Of all the cards on this list, this is really the only one where you read the text box and you might think it's actually good, but once that sentence really sinks in, you realize how bad it is. The big problem here is that the design is entirely symmetrical. In other words, your opponent's creatures also have to be the same color, Or this doesn't do anything. That's something you have virtually no control over. You have to count on you and your opponent both playing monocolored decks of the same color for this to offer its bonus consistently, and even when it does, that means your opponent's creatures
How are you
getting that
doing
bonus
today?
too, and that's basically just a wash. So this card really doesn't do
Did you know you
anything.
can get drops for
At number 9, I've
watching
got a
my
Citic
stream?
Dagger. You might be thinking that this card has a black set symbol, so it isn't rare, but this card's from 1996's Mirage, and color-coded set symbols didn't make their debut until 1998, so trust me, it might not look rare, but it is. That's true for some other cards on this list, too. This rare artifact costs 4 mana, and you can pay 4 and tap it to make it so that whenever target creature deals combat damage to a non-wall creature, you destroy that non-wall creature. If we stop there, this would definitely be a bad and very clunky card, but it would actually have some real upside. However, the rest of the card's text box makes it much worse, because you can only activate the ability before blockers get declared, and if the creature you target leaves the battlefield, you sacrifice a Citic Dagger too. In other words, your opponent knows exactly what creature you use the ability on, and they have the ability to easily 2-for-1 you if they can deal with your creature, and the meager upside definitely isn't worth that miserable downside. At number 8, it's Assembly Hall. This rare artifact costs 5 generic mana, and you can pay 4 and tap it, and reveal a creature card from your hand to search your library for a copy of that card and put it into your hand. In other words, before Assembly Hall actually does something, you first have to invest 9 mana. And the payoff? Highly conditional card draw. If you don't have a creature card in your hand that has the right name, this ability doesn't do anything. Obviously, this card is at a natural disadvantage in a singleton format like Commander, but it's terrible everywhere else too. You just can't spend this much mana on drawing a card, and this doesn't even always do that. At number 7, I've got the Lace Cycle. They all cost a single mana of a single color, and they're all instants that can make a spell or permanent become that color. Yeah, that kind of effect is very rarely actually going to do anything. Sure, if you get some protection or other color hate stuff going, it can be kind of funny. However, that means you're playing a bunch of cards in your deck that only do their color hate effect in situations where you get your laces, in which case your deck is terrible. And I don't think using up a card to change the color of a spell or permanent...
That guy drowned. The tiger on our team just drowned himself.
Color hate effects. Still, as bad as they are, the fact that they are at least really easy to cast keeps them from showing up higher on the list. At number 6, it's Hint of Insanity. For 2 generic and a black, this rare sorcery reveals your opponent's hand, and then they discard all non-land cards with the same name as another card in their hand. In other words, this is the world's most conditional discard effect, which means that much of the time you're going to pay 3 mana for the privilege of discarding Hint of Insanity, which definitely isn't what you want to be doing. Like Assembly Hall, Hint of Insanity is at a serious disadvantage in Commander, but it was never played in 60-card formats either. While the effect will actually do something more frequently in those sorts of formats, it still whiffs more often than it doesn't. So if you're playing this card, I think you've got a lot more than just a hint of insanity. At number 5, it's Parallax Inhibitor. This rare artifact costs 2 mana, and you can pay 1 generic and sacrifice it to put a fade counter on each permanent with fading you control. Fading is a masks block mechanic. Cards with it enter the battlefield with some number of fading counters, then you remove one of them at the beginning of your upkeep. When you can't remove a counter, that permanent gets sacrificed. So the idea behind the inhibitor is it gives your fading permanents one more turn. There are only 20 cards with fading, but many of them have actually left their mark on the game. So much so that I've actually done a top 10 on them. But guess what? Even decks that featured multiple cards with fading didn't run the inhibitor. That goes to show you just how bad this card was. People were playing cards with fading, but no one was actually playing this. It was just way too inefficient, and
oh, they finally spotted me.
Really
like I just exploded. The tiger just exploded. What are these people doing? What are these tiger players doing?
But is useless in Magic more broadly. They could have designed the inhibitor in such a way that it actually did something with any counters.
They have no brains.
Didn't exist at the time, but they still could have allowed this to add a counter to all of your permanents with counters instead, at which point it would be a card that actually matters. Instead, it interacts with a single, little-used mechanic and doesn't do a good job of it either. At number 4, I've got Malignant Growth. For 3 generic, a green and a blue, it's an enchantment that gets a growth counter every upkeep. Then, at the beginning of each opponent's draw step, that player draws an additional card for each growth counter on Malignant Growth. Then Malignant Growth deals damage to the player equal to the number of cards they drew this way. In other words, this draws your opponent a bunch of extra cards, and it doesn't punish them nearly enough for that downside to be worth it. And, for good measure, it also has cumulative upkeep 1, which means you have to pay an ever-increasing amount of mana each upkeep to just keep it in play. This does mean you can get rid of this whenever you want, and you're probably going to want to the first turn you can, but that still means you paid 5
Hello,
mana and a
hello.
card for no effect at all, and you never want to do that. This actively hurts you more than the other cards on this list do, but it doesn't quite make it to the top of the list for me because at least Malignant Growth is a little fun for political purposes in Commander. The other cards on this list can't even really be described as fun in any situation. At number 3, it's Razor Pendulum. This 4 mana artifact checks a player's life total at the beginning of that player's instep, and if they have 5 or less life, it does 2 damage to that player. In other words, Razor Pendulum does absolutely nothing for most of the game, and even once it starts doing something, the best it can do is put your opponent on a 3-turn clock. And of course, it's also symmetrical, so if you end up behind in the race, you can end up suffering from your own Pendulum. You might be thinking that this could be a finisher for aggro or burn decks or something, but it isn't like those decks are hurting for more flexible and efficient ways to do direct damage to the opponent, so 4 mana is way too much to pay for a card that is insanely situational, and basically a blank card for the majority of most games. At number 2, I've got Psychic Transfer. For 4 generic and a blue, this lets you exchange life totals with your opponent. This sort of effect is already incredibly situational and very rarely worth doing, but this has one really important requirement, or it can't do anything. The difference between your life total and your opponent's has to be 5
Hello,
or
Squiddy,
less.
welcome.
The best this is ever going to do is make your opponent lose 5 while you gain 5. Now, if it was always capable of doing that, we'd be talking about a perfectly solid card, but it can't. If you're playing Psychic Transfer, it's simply going to be a blank or insignificant card about 99% of the time,
won.
and obviously, that means you should never play it. And at number 1, I have North Star. This rare artifact costs 4 generic mana, and you can pay 4 and tap it. Then, for 1 spell that turn, you can spend mana as though it were mana of any type to pay that spell's mana cost. So, we're talking about investing 8 mana before this does anything, and then the thing it does is laughably useless. Basically, it's the world's most expensive way to filter mana. You just don't tend to run cards that you would have a hard time casting in the first place, and North Star definitely isn't an incentive to try and do that, since it effectively adds attacks of 4 mana anytime you want to use the ability, and that really defeats the purpose of fixing your mana in the first place. So, those are my picks for the 10 worst rares in the history of Magic.
Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow,
Attack
bow.
Force is the Steven Seagal mega blockbuster hit movie
Bow, bow.
where he showed the world that if you make a movie with random unconnected scenes in a random order, it would still be more coherent than this flaming pile of dog shit. It starts off at a military research facility that's under attack. While this whole thing could have been prevented by just telling them to turn around, that's not how the military rolls. Instead,
Even
they sent
Seagal
3
made the
helicopters
worst
to
movie.
just watch,
Everyone stand by.
and 1 overweight senior citizen in a Hummer. By the time he gets there, everyone's dead but this guy, and what comes next is one of the greatest fight scenes in history, where he just kinda pushes him, killing him instantly. But damn, that was a lot of work. So thankfully, none of whatever that was is ever mentioned again. Now we see Seagal doing one of his infamous prank phone calls where he pretends to be Martin Sheen
The consequences are the same, no matter how you look at it.
while rambling insane bullshit.
We made the treaties, they broke them, and now you sit back and expect me to clean up after them? That's not gonna happen.
It's the next day, and son of a bitch, now his voice is stuck like that.
They come from a really good SF team.
They warned him this could happen.
Okay? Children, let's go.
But that's still somehow only the third dumbest thing to happen in the first 10 minutes of this train wreck piece of shit.
Marshal Lawson. The man walks with an air of confidence it's rarely seen in this day and age.
That's the second, but then Seagal gets his voice back and immediately tops it.
Here's to what might could be a real good team.
Go f yourself.
What?
While he's still riding high, knowing that dumb shit is gonna catch on like wildfire,
What might could be.
he gets even more good news.
You can always kill us, sir.
He knows that, and he will, but it still feels good to hear it.
Yeah, we were thinking of going to a titty bar.
That's unheard of in a Seagal movie, but just this once, he'll allow it. Yeah! While there, they decide to order prostitutes, but it's a Seagal movie, which means no budget, so they all have to split one. Meanwhile, this lady, who was born when Seagal was already in his 30s, walks by and tries not to make eye contact. Shit. She's only human, so what comes next is inevitable. When she's done self-destructing because of daddy issues, Seagal's body double handles the stare situation and oh shit.
Hello, mother.
This is bad. He had been looking forward to killing them all night.
You can always kill us, sir.
I'm thinking about that already.
This is total bullshit. But if Seagal's one thing, it's a liar.
That's right, baby.
But if he's
Hey,
two
I can play
things,
artillery
it's
if
a
I want
liar
to,
and a
okay?
narcissist.
That's right.
But if he's three things, it's a liar, a narcissist, and an embarrassment. But at some point, he's a professional and takes extra care not to disturb the crime scene. Oh my god, get out of the way, you dead piece of shit. Being dead weight in a Seagal movie is Seagal's job, so now he's pissed.
No, not really.
But he's still slightly annoyed, so he tells the police he doesn't care that this is France, the one that's in Europe.
They are under my jurisdiction.
They're in the US Navy, so get fucked.
Dwayne, find that titty bar.
Everything about that
Find that
was
titty
weird
bar.
as shit, and shift change can't come fast enough. Now that Seagal's running the show,
Hi.
he checks on the autopsy that I'm pretty sure is being performed by an OBGYN.
You got it.
Massive physical trauma.
That's shocking and a major breakthrough. With the bombshell news that they didn't all die of heart attacks, he's ready to crack the case.
What now? I don't know, man.
Never mind. He
I don't know,
goes
man.
And the movie just kind of forgets about it. Now he tries entering this military facility, and they're being total dicks.
ID, please. This is a restricted area.
Seagal tells him he's gonna have his ass for this, but he's not having any of it.
I need you to vacate the facility.
Oh my god, he is so gonna regret that.
Did Robinson tell you why they revoked your clearance?
Something about the Navy not having colonels, and that's the dumbest fake he's ever seen.
No, not really.
But fuck it, it doesn't matter, because now they're investigating chemical weapons.
So, we're talking about chemical warfare.
And things are going great. Sure, he forgot what branch he was in.
You think the U.S. Army is just gonna...
What the fuck? I just died instantly.
But he's in the Navy, so what do you expect?
A large quantity...
I got hit with 3 gold rounds and that was all my health.
Nice try, dipshit. But he's a student of Seagal's and has mastered the anti-terrorism nuh-uh technique.
I don't think so, guinea pig.
Now that this whole thing has been resolved, there's no reason to mention any of this to anyone. Now, it's some other time, and they're going somewhere for some reason, when Seagal confronts these random guys who turn out to also be in the Navy.
See now, naval intelligence.
So they hit up a bar and share stories of, just kidding, fuck you, and fuck you. Meanwhile, because everyone knows everyone, the foil terrorist breaks into her place with an exciting job offer.
Work for me. That's a no.
Yes.
Yes, that's a no, or yes, she'll work for him. F it, we're moving on. Now Seagal is back in his favorite seat again and decides
I'm gonna play
scripts are
artillery.
stupid and just starts rambling.
That's right, baby.
Yes, he called him baby.
He knows who sent me here.
Oh.
And he knows why I'm here. So he's not
What
gonna say
happened?
nothing.
Wait. I just got
And
so
what
much
the
crap.
fuck any of that means is so obvious, the movie doesn't waste precious time explaining any of it.
Why do you think I'm here?
We didn't know you were here, and now that we do, she doesn't tell us. Thankfully,
I got
that weird
emblems.
scene finally ends, and now they're somewhere else when she drops this bombshell.
We've had traces of CTX show up in the town's water supply.
That's so crazy, he had no idea. Then, after a quick ventriloquism contest,
How much time we got?
Current measurements predict 15,000 people will be fully addicted to CTX. Tell Marshall I'm having his armory brought here.
he leaves, and nobody in this movie
You're welcome, soldier.
knows shit about the Navy. At this point, not even Seagal can remember what the fuck is supposed to be happening,
I think we're gonna have to start kicking over some trash cans real quick.
and that's not a metaphor. They need something really stupid, and they need it right now. Perfect.
What?
After his usual, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, shooting doesn't work, he realizes it's a woman, which just happens to be his hand-to-hand specialty. And we've officially reached the singularity of stupid. That shit doesn't even faze him anymore, and he just assumes Seagal fat-kneed a woman through a pillar again. Which is good, because there's no time to explain, since Seagal just learned the term ASAP.
Get me the injured out of here ASAP. Get her to the Majestic Lab in interrogation ASAP. Give me a cleanup team in here ASAP.
So his life is all about that now.
I'm
Then,
sorry.
after he falls asleep in the middle of a
Maybe if
scene,
you turn
she
down the
wakes him
stream
up with
quality, it would
incredible
help with
news.
that, with the connection.
They've discovered a way to weaponize
But I hope you have a
anything.
good
These
night.
nanographite blades were built for a man with your kind of fighting skills.
So he puts them to the test by murdering their prisoner. Now they're wherever the fuck this is for some reason, and son of a bitch, it happened again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I set it up. You know that.
Then the movie cranks the nonsense up a notch when this guy is in 3 different places at once.
They're gone. Damn it! This is a restricted area. How can I help you?
But don't waste time thinking about that shit, because the US Navy, who make up most of Paris's population, sent in a strike team against their own people. But they don't call him Treason Seagal for nothing, and killing his own people is one of his favorite things to do. When word of all this gets back to the Admiral, who's stationed in Paris like most admirals, he's fucking pissed.
You sent in a team without my authorization.
I had to make a split decision.
Except we just saw him order it like 5 minutes ago.
Send in a strike team.
But fuck it, let's just keep it moving. Just then, Seagal calls,
We've got a secure call coming in for you, Admiral.
and I guess sending strike teams is some sort of running joke,
I'm assuming the strike team's dead.
because neither seem to take it seriously,
Yeah, that's a good assumption.
and deep down they're best pals.
Tell me when, where.
Now he's clowning everyone with that silly voice again.
If we can maintain the element of surprise.
Any specifics that the Army should know about?
Tell the Army that the Navy is busy doing this, so if they could handle their own shit, that would be great.
They are animals out to kill you and your men.
That
I am
seems like a
okay.
bit
How are you
much,
doing
but
today?
Okay, there's just one small problem. They have no idea where to go or what to do. Luckily, this had an amazing writer who said, how about that cop from earlier?
They are under my jurisdiction.
Just calls and tells them where to go.
This is where you need to send your troops.
If you're wondering how he knows, that's the brilliant part. He hauls ass out of there and never has to explain shit. They agree to meet up at the
Yeah,
church,
hard is
but
hard.
Seagal has to run a quick errand first.
Just a few questions for you.
Nothing to worry about. This is all routine stuff. First question, fuck you. Best feeling ever. Now that Seagal got his jollies, he's ready to start wrapping this shit up. But fuck that. So he has his body double run up while he takes the stair lift. While waiting for that, they make a huge discovery, and holy
He fired a gold round into me.
It's contaminated it.
this is all brand new information. Then we get to see the Armed Navy's most elite team who point guns at their teammates.
Yeah, whenever I say gold ammo, it's a premium round. Like, he's paying for that.
While Seagal would love to help, he's busy staring down the camera, so you're on your own.
Yep.
After running through
Got
the
by
exact
another
same
one.
place while mean mugging the camera again, they all split up, so it's easier for them to fall from the underground sky and kill a bunch of people we've never seen before. Now, they're back where they started for the third time when he flies in, and they know their guns are no match for his peanut butter safety seal. But being the first to scoop out the smooth top of peanut butter is the best fucking part. So Seagal guts him, then misses from a foot away, but recovers by beating the shit out of the top of his head. Now, it's the final showdown.
Now you've come to kill me.
Which is true, and he doesn't even know she's the villain.
Of course not.
Seagal wanted this fight to be something special, so after a spirited round of Miss Susie, he does the highly advanced move of shoving a woman through a wall that he claims he invented. Then he put his creativity to the test and struck gold when he wrote that Seagal man slaps her in the titties. Then she claws at him like a cat, which he counters with the quit it technique before punching her as fatly as possible, killing both her character and her career. Now Seagal and whoever this is make it out, but there's no time to relax because the water's still contaminated and there's a high-level conspiracy, and I guess we're at 90 minutes and nothing's getting resolved. Fuck you, France, the one that's in Europe, and fuck you, audience.
Up, up, up. Up, up, up.
In this movie, Janice from Mean Girls and Homelander from The Boys have a daughter that looks like an ugly goblin Rapunzel. She's so hideous, in fact, that they killed a girl on Halloween just for looking at her. Then they locked their goblin daughter away in the walls of their house. If that sounds like a fun time to you, then you're gonna love this movie. It's called Cobweb. It was released in 2023, and it was directed by a man named Samuel Bowden. This is the first movie of his that I've seen. It stars Lizzie Kaplan, Anthony Starr, and Woody Norman. And now for a quick word from our sponsor. Thank you so much to Opera Desktop for sponsoring this video. You deserve a better browser. You deserve to improve your online experience. And you can do so with Opera's free VPN, ad blocker, and flow file sharing, which are just a few of the must-have features built into Opera for faster, smoother, and distraction-free browsing. Opera has a free built-in VPN and ad blocker. You can browse with enhanced privacy and security.
I don't
all
care.
the while blocking annoying ads. There's also an integrated
This is
browser
an annoying
AI
ad.
system named Aria. Aria is over here on the taskbar on the left. You can click on the icon and you can ask it anything you'd like. What is the strongest ghost type Pokemon? I mean, personally, we all know that Mimikyu is the strongest ghost type, so this is obviously wrong, but most of the time, it's correct. In the sidebar, I also have WhatsApp for business, I also have Instagram, and I also have Twitter. I also have Spotify as my music player. Opera also has a modular AI-ready design with a dynamic interface. In the sidebar, elements are dynamically adjusted as others are added, making space for more cutting-edge AI integrations as they become available. And as extensions become more and more
Do these
relevant
people
for
not know how to
interactive
play this
AI
map?
features, Opera groups them in a collapsible module in the address bar, simplifying the space while retaining quick access. Use my link below to download Opera today. Use Opera now. Do it now. It's also the best browser you can find. The movie centers around a small family. The parents are Carol and Mark, and their kid is named Peter. The movie mostly follows Peter. He starts to notice a strange noise coming from his wall. He's got the ugliest wallpaper known to man.
Cool.
What are those hot air balloons? Looks like shit. Anyway, Peter tells his mom that he heard something in the wall, so she enters his room and knocks on the wall, knowing full well that she locked her own daughter in there. What would she have done if her daughter knocked back? Thankfully for this movie's plot, she didn't. I think they think that their daughter's dead, but to their surprise, she's been able to survive all these years off of bugs and rats, I guess. Where did she get her water? Who knows? Probably jammed one of her goblin teeth into a pipe or something. They don't really answer those questions, because who cares? This is what the girl looks like.
All I have
Very
is
normal. She looks
white
like a
walls.
monster from Where the Wild Things Are. Peter is relentlessly bullied at school by a group of douchey kids.
Girl, fuck them kids.
In one of Peter's classes, there's a substitute teacher named Miss Divine. She gets to know Peter because he doesn't attend recess due to the kids who bully him. Peter's dad tells him about a little girl who went missing on Halloween. This is the same
my
girl that they
desktop
killed
wallpaper,
because she got a glimpse of their freak daughter.
Am I gonna disappear? No. We would never.
I'll post it in the
So
Discord.
that was a fucking lie.
The girl on the walls whispers to Peter, so he freaks out and calls his dad into the room. Mark examines the wall and blames rats.
Yo, killing me with this.
So this goblin girl in the wall has a plan to convince Peter to kill his parents and to set her free. Yeah, it's a pretty far-fetched plan. But lucky for her, he's a bully victim at school, so she uses that to get closer to Peter. Let's just say that you're these parents, right? I don't know why you ever would be. They're kind of psychotic. Anyway, you lock your goblin-ass daughter into the walls. Why you don't move house, who knows? I don't know why you would want to live there if the corpse of your daughter is in the walls, but hey, maybe they're concerned that the next people that move in will find out.
Still got that deposit check?
That's why their house looks like shit. It looks so old, it hasn't been updated in years. Back to the point at hand, if you're one of these parents, and your son is telling you that he's hearing something in the walls, and you're responsible for putting your daughter in these walls, I think you might put two and two together. These two people are dumb as stumps, so it takes them quite a while to catch on. It's not even like their son asked them one time. He tells them over and over that he's hearing something in the walls, and not once do they think, maybe our daughter is still alive, and we should take care of that. I don't know, gas her out or something, and then afterwards go on vacation until the smell subsides. Or I don't know, go back there and shoot her. They have a door behind a clock that leads behind the walls. That's how they were able to put her back there. So just go into this door with a shotgun. She can't run very far, and if you do some damage to your walls, well, I think it's time for some renovations anyway.
White people renovating houses.
Instead, they ignore this problem and hope that their daughter in the walls will chill out or something. We later find out that she's been in these walls for years. If she's survived this long, then she's probably not going to die anytime
Okay,
soon.
Squinty,
She
being
found some
good,
strange
and I will see you
unlimited
next
stash
time.
of bugs and water back there. So do something to take care of this problem. Peter draws a painting at school that shows his wall saying, "Help me." But the teacher thinks that it's him saying this, so she grows concerned and visits Peter's house. She gives the drawing to his mother.
Peter has an overactive imagination.
She shows Peter, and she's like, "Why are you asking for help?" When she knows damn well what the picture means. She keeps pressing Peter about it too, when she should say something like, "Is this picture you asking for help, or is it someone else, like a ghost?" You know, to get the truth out of him. This way she would learn for sure if her daughter was alive, and if she was trying to contact Peter. But instead she's like, "Why are you asking for help, Peter? Huh? Tell me now." That night, the girl on the walls bangs on the walls to wake up Peter. Shouldn't the parents hear something banging on the walls, even if they're in a different room? I don't know, whatever. Peter wakes up and the girl starts talking to him. And they start forming a bond. This douchebag named Brian at school destroys Peter's pumpkin, and Peter really likes this pumpkin. So the next day, Brian brings in a replacement. I guess he got in trouble with the parents, so he kind of had to remember what Peter's pumpkin looked like and draw the same face on a different pumpkin and bring it to school to give to Peter. It's so funny. I honestly laughed when he walked in with the pumpkin. The girl on the walls convinces Peter to stand up for himself. Do it. So he ends up pushing Brian down some stairs, which breaks his leg.
Karma.
Homelander grounds Peter because he got expelled. And that doesn't mean he has to stay in his room for a month. Instead, they force him to live in this creepy basement. The door to it is locked and hidden behind a fridge. I know Peter's just a kid, but wouldn't that be kind of weird, right? It looks like they're hiding something. And why would they continue to hide their basement if their daughter is in the walls? Later, we find out that their basement has this strange, like, pit installed with a cage door on top. It's pretty deep, too. And I guess that's where they kept their daughter for some time before deciding to put her in the walls instead, because that's a lot more secure, I guess. Did they put her in the walls because they thought she was dead? Because I can't think of any other reason they would do this. We later find out that they killed a trick-or-treater and buried her in their garden. So why wouldn't they do the same thing with their daughter? Unless they're keeping her alive in their walls because they still care for her? Which I don't think is the case, because how would they be feeding her? The only entrance to the walls is through a locked door behind a clock, and it's not like this goblin girl can't defend herself. She kills people very easily later in the movie. So if her parents were feeding her, she would just wait for them to open the door, kill them both, and leave. So they must think that she's dead in there. So this means they put her in the walls while she was still alive, which is so idiotic. If they had any visitors, she would just bang on the walls and scream, and they would obviously be able to hear her. If she was in this pit in the basement, it would be a lot harder for people to hear her down there. Not to mention, it would be a lot harder for her to hear anybody entering the house if she were down there. Anyway, it's also really strange that they hid away their basement, because that's a lot of useful storage space that they're not using. Miss Divine shows up at the house again because she's concerned that Peter's in danger. Mark lets her in the house, even though he knows that his daughter is alive in the walls. I mean, technically he doesn't know, but I just don't accept that, okay? I mean, the movie wants us to think that he doesn't know that his daughter is alive in the walls, but he does. It's so obvious. Peter's hearing something in the walls. What else could it be? He says that it must have been a rat earlier, but like, come on, dude. And not only that, he locked his son up in the hidden basement, and he lets this teacher into their home. It's so weird. Like, what if he was screaming? You couldn't exactly let the teacher know about your hidden basement. While Miss Divine is in their home, their goblin daughter remains quiet in the walls. It's so weird. Shouldn't she be banging the shit out of these walls and screaming? Especially if she wants to be set free so bad? This would be a great opportunity to take advantage of. I know she doesn't want her parents to know that she's still alive, but I think trying to get Miss Divine's attention would be a much better way to try and achieve freedom than trying to convince this kid to kill his own parents and set you free. But whatever, what do I know? Maybe the goblin girl was sleeping when Miss Divine arrived. That's probably what was happening. Peter does attempt to make some noise, but the laundry is going at the same time, so Mark blames the laundry. These parents act like psychos when Miss Divine is there too, which is definitely giving her more of a reason to be skeptical of them. So why invite her into your home in the first place? Carol just straight up yells at Miss Divine. She's like, why are you being so weird with my son?
The audacity of this woman!
Yeah, you're making a great case for yourself. They're not the smartest parents on Earth. Eventually, they release Peter from the basement. That night, he hears the goblin girl again. He's directed towards a hole in the wall that she made, I guess. Which is weird, right?
I hate this game.
If she can make a hole in the wall, why didn't she just, you know, try to escape? Maybe she's been making this hole for years. She spills the beans to Peter, so he learns that she's his sister and that their parents are evil. She tells him that she's been waiting for him to get old enough so he could move a clock that sits in front of a door that leads inside the wall so she can escape. Peter has a nightmare, and it's so goofy. His father, Mark, is standing in the corner of the room, and he already looks pretty creepy, but they do this thing where they match his blinking with some music. And I did not find it scary at all. It's so silly looking. And then his mother, Carol, comes out of nowhere. Her eyes look pretty creepy, and she rushes at Peter. The lights go off and you can still hear her running, but she was pretty close to the room when the lights went off, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense that it would take her that much longer to get to his room, you know what I mean? I don't know, I found this scene more funny than scary.
Any
Oh,
games
yeah,
I'm
I
looking
forgot to
forward
mention that his
to?
family lives on a tiny pumpkin patch. It's so weird. They don't
Metal
ever
Slug
mention why
Tactics.
they live on a pumpkin patch. Do they sell these pumpkins?
Death Stranding
Why do they have
2.
them? The only reason I can think of is that this is a Halloween movie. Pumpkins are relevant for Halloween, right?
Let me look at my
Let's
Steam
make them
wish
live on a
list.
pumpkin patch. The goblin girl on the wall tells Peter to look in the garden because that's where they hide the bodies. Peter goes out there and digs like 2 inches down and finds a skull. She
Everhood
wasn't
2
very,
is
very
coming
well,
out.
to say the least. The girl tells Peter that a trick-or-treater saw her one year, so
Deltarune.
their parents killed her and buried her in the pumpkin patch. Was she trick-or-treating
Owl
alone
World.
without her parents? How the hell do you kill a trick-or-treater on Halloween without anybody noticing?
Backpack
Unless it's
battles?
like a dead night and that was the only one. It's just so funny to me. These people killed this girl for just seeing their daughter. Little drastic, I think. What, because their daughter was creepy looking and they couldn't live with people knowing that? Maybe they didn't want people knowing that they had a daughter? It's just so crazy to me, you know? Why didn't they just make up an excuse for this girl? Why didn't they just tell her something? Tell her that she's not your daughter, that she's your niece that lives in New York or something. I don't know, dude. Just think up something. Killing her is like the last thing they should have done, you know? It's just insane to me that the writers couldn't think of anything, you know? If you want these two people to kill someone, then at least make it believable. Whatever. Peter calls Miss Devine and asks her for help.
I wanted to record a message for you.
His mother overhears this call, and she just pops up in the room randomly, like she's a ghost or something. She tries to rectify the situation by calling Miss Devine back. Eventually, Peter's mother finds the hole in the wall. She freaks out and eventually tells Mark about it. Brian and the bullies show up to check out the house, because later they want to go to this house and beat the shit out of Peter. This scene just reminds me of that scene from The Shining. You know, the one with the mask. On Halloween night, the family is at the dinner table eating liquid shit soup. It doesn't taste the best, so Daddy ends up puking and dies. Okay, I lied. Peter put rat poison in his mother and father's soup. Before vomiting, his mother chases him with a kitchen knife to kill her own son, I guess. Peter kicks her down some stairs. This little guy likes kicking people downstairs. His mother's last words are, because I guess they gave birth to a devil spawn, but they never explained why. They just did. So yeah, Peter takes the keys from his mom, he moves the clock, and unlocks the secret door to let her out. He does so, and he instantly regrets it.
Oh, fuck.
This bitch is weird. She's like a female golem with 20-foot long hair, and I'm not exaggerating. Her hair is at least 20 feet long. So the stalkers from Lies of P show up to beat the shit out of a 7-year-old kid. Like they bring hockey sticks and shit. Little bro Brian comes along too. He's using crutches. What did they plan to do if the parents were home? Beat the shit out of them as well? Or what, just kill the whole family? Very normal. So yeah, obviously these kids are just fodder for the goblin girl. Whenever someone sees this girl, they normally just see her long-ass wig. I know it's supposed to be her hair, but it's so obviously a wig, and then they get killed by her. It's almost as if she purposefully uses her hair to distract her victims. Most of what we see of this girl is just her hair.
Hello? What? That was so weird. Whoa! Again? What the hell's happening? Come on, dude. I know, you're gonna get pulled away, yep, okay. Now it's just kind of getting... Really?
She climbs around the ceiling and her long-ass hair is dangling down. She giggles like an evil version of Disney's Goofy as she does this. Gosh. It's pretty wild how strong this girl is. She kind of resembles the girl from The Grudge, just by the way she walks. You know, she has that creepy, like, spider.
Oh, I ammo racked him. I killed him in one hit.
How poorly she was treated as a kid. We're never given an answer as to why this happened. Maybe because she was different and weird looking like baby Grinch. She was ostracized in the same way. She tells Peter that she learned how to climb and bite over the years as she was held captive. This totally explains her superhuman strength and how she's able to lift these fully grown men like they're rag dolls. She must have been doing a lot of push-ups. So Miss Devine shows up at their house late at night because she's very concerned about Peter since that phone call. Why didn't she call the police first? Or CPS? Why does she insist on being the hero? Anyway, she's greeted by an evil wig.
Do you wear wigs?
No, I do not.
Have you worn wigs?
No, I have not.
When will you wear wigs?
Miss Devine sees the creepy golem girl and attempts to leave the house in fear. But oh no, the front door is locked. Okay, unlock it. You're literally staring at the lock. Anyway, she doesn't think to do that. She hears Peter yell for her to run, so she attempts to save him. God damn it, dude. I hate stupid people in these movies. I mean, I know that he's a kid, and she feels bad for him.
When
She
will you
connected with
wear
him at
wigs?
school. She, you know, feels responsible for him. She wants to save him, but still. She finds out that he's
Can't hurt
trapped in
that
the
guy.
wall. Gollum attempts to get in Peter's room, where Miss Devine is, but she closes the door. Oh no! Goblin Girl's only weakness. Wood. She can't get past the door. It's a barrier. What's she supposed to do? She can decapitate people, no problem. Throw fully grown men around like rag dolls. But doors. Oh shit, she can't deal with that. So what does she do? She runs back into the door to get inside the wall to get Peter, as Miss Devine hacks at the wall to make a hole big enough for Peter to escape. Eventually she gets Peter out, but it doesn't matter. Goblin Girl drags him back in. The Goblin Girl puts Peter into the huge pit cage in the basement. This part is so funny, dude. Look at how long
You think you can
her
hurt
hair
me?
is.
You're a
Jesus
fool.
Christ. Are you kidding me? We get a look at her face, and she tells Peter that she was born this way. She just has the genetics of a Lord of the Rings orc. I mean, it's just that simple. And then Peter uses her hair to climb out of the hole. It's so good. I love it. Peter pulls at her hair as Miss Devine beats her. They throw her ass in the cage and lock it. This leads me to ask, why didn't the parents just keep her in this cage, you know? What was the point in putting her in the walls? It's not like they had to worry about Peter finding the basement. The door to it was hidden behind a fridge. The movie ends with this Goblin Girl telling Peter that she's gonna always be there haunting him, you know? You're never gonna know if I'm there or not. I might escape at any moment, even though I was stuck in this wall for 20 years. So yeah, that's the movie Cobweb. I loved it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I think of this movie as a comedy more than a horror. It's a pretty good time if you want to give it a watch. Thank you so much to all my patrons that make videos like this possible. If you're scrolling up the screen right now, thank you so much. I love you. You can also support this channel by going to alienclothing.com, my personal clothing brand. We've been working on a lot of amazing designs over the years, and you're definitely going to find something you love over there. We just released a bunch of new stuff, like this shirt, and this shirt, and this shirt, and this hoodie, and this hoodie, and this hoodie. I love them all so much.
Got 'em.
I'm a big fan of cosmic horror and weird stuff. If you are too, then you might like these clothes. That's gonna do
I
it,
got
guys.
4
I'll see
kills.
you in
I
the
did
next video. Thanks for watching.
1400, 1500 damage. 1483, I'll round it up. We killed that guy in one hit. We hit him so hard in his ammo rack. No, we should watch that video.
welcome to the Easter egg. You found it. Congratulations. I hope we've made it difficult for you.
It's the Elijah Woods prank
No
interview.
exception to the previous Easter eggs. Yet another comic piece of genius. Basically, this is an interview with Dominic Monaghan and myself. He interviews me. I could not see him on the day, therefore I didn't necessarily know it was him. Because I was doing the interview via satellite. I was in New York City while the cast was actually in Berlin. And so I couldn't see him, but he could see me. They had a monitor in Berlin that allowed the interviewers to actually see me sitting in New York. And he sat down and posed as a German interviewer. And I bought it initially. And you kind of get the idea. It's actually incredibly funny. So I'll let actually Hans Jensen set it up himself.
Welcome.
Willkommen zu Kino Das Bang Bang Boom Boom 1970. Sie ein Heim, ich habe also diese Jacke bekommen 2004. Today I will be interviewing Elijah Woods. Elijah is an incredible actor from Los Angeles, California, born in Idaho, or is it Iowa? Not important. He is an actor working in the United States of America. Incredible actor. And I have been searching for him all my life. He has incredible blue eyes. And this interview has been the most special interaction I have had with an actor in 17 years. So please sit back, enjoy, wear a smoking jacket and a bib, and take on board the genius that is Hans Jensen. Good evening. Hello, Mr. Woods.
Hello, Mr. Hans.
Mr. Jensen.
Mr. Jensen, sorry.
Hello. You having a nice day?
Yes, I am.
I think...
Yes, it's very early in the morning.
What time is it in Australia?
Oh, I'm not in Australia.
You're in New Zealand?
No, I'm in New York.
New York? New Amsterdam.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, we begin now. Yeah?
Yep.
Mr. Woods, it's a pleasure to meet you, to have met you.
Thank you.
You're a big fan of music, we hear, and in Germany we have Kraftwerk and also Daft Punk. You know these?
Yes, Kraftwerk started the electronic music movement, and Daft Punk are brilliant. I love Daft Punk.
Yes, we hear you.
I actually worked with.
Excuse me, I interrupt you.
No, I actually worked with Michel Gondry, who directed the Around the World video for Daft Punk.
Yes, he is a fantastic director.
Yes, he is.
Yes, I'm sorry. Nervous. Excuse me. So you DJ in New Zealand, Australia, America. You enjoy?
Yeah.
You enjoy
Yeah.
music. You're a very big fan of music. We hear over in Germany.
Yes, I love music. I have done a bit of DJing. I wouldn't. I think DJ purists would probably hate me because I only DJ with CDs.
I don't know if anybody can hate you, Mr. Woods, with your eyes and your American voice.
Thank you. But I haven't really graduated to vinyl yet. But yeah, I've done a fair bit of DJing.
Do you?
Do
you scratch?
No.
You mix. You mix music.
Yes, I mix music live. Yes.
So, zu Frodo, on page 720 of The Lord of the Rings, there is a quote from Frodo. He says, "In a world filled with mirth and magic, you lose time in yourself." You agree with this comment? I will repeat it for you.
Please.
In a world, you can hear me. You can hear me.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
In a world filled with mirth and magic, you lose time in yourself. You agree with this statement from Frodo?
You lose time within yourself. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
You begin to forget yourself, I think.
Yes, and I think that's exactly what Frodo goes through. Because ultimately, by the end of Frodo's journey, he doesn't have...
It's a bad question. It's a bad question. Forget it.
No. It's not a bad question.
Forget it.
It's not a bad question.
Sean Astin, your Hobbit friend,
quoted as saying, "You are a beautiful man, a beautiful man." You have a comment for Sean, and also there is a how do I say?
I know what time it
without
is.
being rude,
10 p.m.
A gay connotation. Oh, you laugh. It's funny. No, you agree? He says you are a beautiful man. You're a beautiful.
Yeah, well, yeah. There is no gay connotation to that whatsoever.
Sean Astin is gay.
No.
Sean Astin is not gay.
No. No.
You have very big eyes, very big blue eyes.
Uh-huh.
Do you think this is the reason why you are successful and famous? Big blue.
Yes.
You are famous because of this? Because of your eyes. The next job you do, you work on a movie called Hooligans. About football hooligans. You play football, you kick balls. Mr. Woods? Mr. Woods? Do you play football? This is funny to you. I'm upsetting you.
I'm gonna
Am I
die.
upsetting you?
I don't play football.
In the photo shoots you do with Vogue magazine and Cosmopolitan and Entertainment Weekly, Time magazine, your hair changes dramatically.
Time for fire.
From short to long. Do you wear wigs?
No, I do not.
Have you worn wigs?
No, I have not.
Will you wear wigs?
Maybe.
When will you wear wigs? Mr. Woods, I will ask you, coming to the end of my... I must close soon, but...
Yes, you must close soon.
I hear you collect sex toys.
No.
No, you do not collect toys?
Wing, thank you for this Twitch Prime subscription.
This has to be...
I appreciate your support.
Mr. Woods, you have sex with a German woman called Franka Potente. She is famous German actress, and you drop her. You finish relationship with her.
Thank you, thank you.
It didn't work out, unfortunately.
How long was she your wife?
She was never my wife.
You were engaged to her, though.
No.
You have baby?
No.
I hear she has small child, Philippa. Flipper is her name.
Oh no.
You make a movie called Flipper. Very famous movie. The dolphin is dead. Did you know this?
Yes. No, I did not know that. That's terrible.
Died in a car accident. Elijah, I must finish now, but I must tell you now that it is Dom Monaghan talking to you.
Brilliant.
How are you, mate? How are you?
I knew it. That was brilliant, you asshole.
How are you, mate? I wish I was there. I wish I was there.
Oh, I wish you were here too.
Mate,
oh,
we got
that's so awesome.
We filmed it on the DVD, so you're gonna be.
No!
Yeah.
Yes.
I love you, brother.
Yes!
I'll see you soon. Hey, I'll see you in New York.
Oh, I love you. I thank you so much for doing that. That made my day.
All right, brother. Big kisses. Bye.
All right, mate. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. See you, man.
All right.
How restoration videos are faked.
Thanks to Sunny V2, we all know the unfortunate truth of most primitive building videos being completely bogus.
This.
But what if I told you the problem of staged content goes much, much deeper, and that
the thing is that most things that you see on YouTube are probably fake.
Majority of restoration videos are faked. Hi, I'm the internet anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be investigating the cruel and deceitful world of fake restoration videos. And before we go any further, here's just a quick disclaimer that this video does get very disturbing. And if you're sensitive to topics relating to animals, I suggest you proceed.
Is this something I can watch? Has anybody seen this? Is this like there's nothing that's like fucking get me in trouble on Twitch things, right? You'll be fine. I've watched it. All right, it's lit.
With caution. Restoration videos have been a viral staple on YouTube for over 3 years, with the niche having several subcategories. The most common variant involves a creator discovering a rusty, aged, or seemingly naturally damaged item, and then documenting the steps of restoring it back into its intended form. The content grabs viewers' attention by showing a thumbnail featuring an extremely corroded and damaged item, begging the question of what it would look like if it were to be brand
no
new.
way. Hold up.
This is exactly where the fault lies.
Give me a
extremely
second.
corroded and damaged item, begging...
Hold up.
Was that a rusty
There's no way an
Xbox?
Xbox could be this fucked up this early. Like, that looks like something that you get out of fucking, a Blackbeard's sunken, pirate ship 500 years ago. This was on the Titanic. This is a pirate's Xbox. The fuck?
Begging the question of what it would look like if it were to be brand new.
Right.
But this is exactly where the fault lies. And whilst from a first glance this content is generally seen as harmless, it's often not realized by the viewer that in many cases the creator is deliberately damaging or even just painting over the item to steal your attention. There are two primary categories of fake item restoration videos: strong fakes and mild fakes. The strong variant is when the item either has cosmetic rust painted on or is covered in dirt or mud in order to give the appearance of decay, eroding, or like it's been left outside or submerged in water for years. There's a huge amount of these videos on YouTube, not only about weapons, but also on tech and shoes. It's almost like some of these tech videos aren't even trying to hide the fact that it's staged, going as far as submerging and washing the technology in water.
What? Guy's gonna be so surprised.
I thought you couldn't do that. Oh, it's water cooling. Yeah, true.
The second variant of fake item restoration videos are called mild fakes. The mild fake variant is harder to tell from the strong fakes, as the damage is usually real. So if the damage is real, then you're probably wondering why these videos are fake to begin with. But that can be simply explained by the fact that the creator is destroying the items off camera by exposing them to chemicals such as hydrogen peroxide that
Yeah, you fuck them up and then you fix them.
massively speed up the process of rust growth.
Right.
And whilst this particular variant is often respected more due to the creator actually restoring the item, it still should be noted that they are destroying the items to begin with. But how would one even know if an item restoration video was faked in the first place? Well, this is Backyard Ballistics. Their restoration channel has been creating genuine restoration videos for the past 11 months, with some of the videos having between 3.1 and 6 million views. On the 6th of September 2022, Backyard Ballistics would publish a video titled "Most Restoration Videos Are Fake," where he'd go in depth on how to spot fakes, specifically in the knife and gun niche.
The object is altered through a process different than natural decay phenomena. In its most common form, the item is covered in a mixture of dyes, pigments, binders, and fillers, usually tailored to look like some form of corrosion product. It's basically painted over. For example, there is no reason for a plastic or rubber piece to become rust-colored, nor for a steel object.
That does make sense. How could a tire have rust on it? I don't think that's how it works. That's a good point.
Object to develop green or bluish corrosion product. If you see a steel object with green stuff on it, then what you're looking at is most certainly fake. Steel's products of corrosion in a natural environment can be of any shade of orange, red, brown, and black, but not green, blue, or bright yellow. Another thing that could give away one of these fakes is the presence of uncovered areas that have been missed during the application of fake rust. For example, a Slings Weaver could leave a shadow during spraying, and there's no natural process that would leave such an appearance. So we can conclude with high confidence that we're looking at some form of fake rust. Mild fakes are harder to tell apart, but they're also less of a scam. What happens is that the content creator takes an item in good or fair condition and subjects it to the same decay processes that can occur naturally, often in an environment that causes them to happen over a much shorter period.
They fuck it up themselves.
This still means that
Trying to look where their artillery is, but he isn't shooting.
for the purpose of making a restoration video, but at least the damage is realistic and the recovery process genuine. In other words,
I feel like that's not really so bad. I think that this kind of stuff is only, like, the mild fakes is like, who cares? You're showing the process. I think the only one that I can say is, like, bad for sure is if you're actually if you're legitimately faking it completely. And the reason why is because people will take the way that it was restored on that video as the way it can be restored in real life. And also, some of these people might have a restoration business that they use these videos as advertisement for. So those are the only two reasons why why it's actually bad.
And still learn something useful from the video. The accelerated aging process is done properly. It's practically impossible to distinguish it from a natural one. It's a bit like artificial diamonds. They are made in a lab setting over the course of a few days instead of millions of years in the Earth's mantle. But if you do them right, the end result is practically undistinguishable. If the neglect that caused the decay happened over a relatively short period of time, the difference between genuine and fake is even more blurred.
So with that in mind, many of the viral restoration videos begin to look very suspicious.
Right.
A great example of a bogus
Is that a PS? Nah, I think I believe that one.
restoration channel is Restoration and Metal. Their YouTube channel has gained over 117 million views across their content.
That's a
and
lot.
in their video titled Antique Guitar Old Restoration, this is about as obvious as they get. As they
How's
want
that?
to make almost every mistake a fake restoration video could possibly make.
What's that?
For starters, they randomly find this broken guitar in their garden covered in mud. They
Okay.
clean it up, and then they use instant noodles in order to fix the hole. But the real cherry on top, well, that was the fact that they put the tuning strings on backwards. One might argue that restoration videos aren't particularly bad, mainly due to the fact that they are essentially harmless and entertaining for the viewer. But by looking a little bit deeper into the niche, that statement simply doesn't hold true. Because recently
that?
several
Hello?
channels have been thriving from animal restoration videos.
Oh, fuck. What are they doing? Getting a fat cat? Oh, God. Ugh. Here we go.
But this only brings up more questions, such as how can animals be restored, and how could this even be staged? Well,
Easily.
let me introduce you to barnacles. Barnacles are small marine creatures that stick onto rocks, boats, and sometimes even turtles. And with the rise of quote oddly satisfying videos, barnacle removal videos began gaining millions of views on YouTube. And what people are willing to do when it comes to making money is truly horrifying.
Oh, they're gonna put barnacles on a fucking turtle? Who does that? Bro, just go rob a 7-Eleven like a normal person. Leave the turtle out of it. He's just trying to live his life. Like, holy fuck.
Barnacles only grow on sea turtles, and due to the rarity of sea turtles, these scumbag creators have begun staging the content using freshwater turtles.
What the
They do this by
oh
literally
my-
gluing barnacles, seashells, and dirt onto their shells, and then proceed to scrape it off their shells with
The
sharp
thing is, like, I don't know if the turtle feels pain in its shell, but bro, if I saw something bro, he not having a good time. Like, can we just admit that? Like, he is not fucking liking that at all.
objects. Due to the turtles having nerve endings in their shell, the process of scraping off glued
Okay.
objects feels extremely painful for the poor turtle.
Yeah,
And
I guarantee you. Like, this isn't like putting glue on your hand, letting it dry, then peeling it off. Bro, like, they're taking this shit off with a knife. Oh my god. This is ghoulish. Oh.
only damages their outer shell, but also causes internal trauma. Investigations done by YouTuber New England Reptile revealed that there was one main person behind most of these videos.
Oh
and what's
my
even
God.
worse is that they kept using the same freshwater turtles over and over again.
Jesus Christ, it just gets worse and worse. That's so... Oh my god. Oh, what the fuck, man? Oh my god, like that's so weird, man. Like, what the fuck?
So after downloading and scrubbing through nearly 200 barnacle removal videos,
You know, like, I wouldn't be opposed to YouTube having a rule against shit like this. Like animal restoration videos, things like that. I actually wouldn't be opposed to that. They do? Well, I see it all the time. It's the same thing with the dog rescues? Yeah, isn't that animal cruelty? It is, but like, the thing is, like, you can never prove that the barnacles were on there and that they put the barnacles on there. Because even if you prove that the barnacles were put on there by a person, you can't prove it was the person that did the video. So, like, you can never really prove that this person did it to the turtles unless you see them doing it. So, you'd have to not allow all of it categorically. And, like, for example, like, the Guinness Book of World Records stopped taking records for fat cats because people kept feeding their cats a bunch of food to get their cats in Guinness Book of World Records. Once again, ghoulish. But they do it. But it's okay because he's a heckin' chonkerino. I don't see this, you know, I've watched some of these videos.
What a shot.
It's like they're nice videos to see. But like, this is just kind of...
That was a crazy shot.
Like, as soon as people start doing this, here's the problem. Is like, as soon as people realize they can do this, more and more people are going to start doing it. And these videos are like normie clickbait. And because they're normie clickbait, they're always going to be popular. Because there's always a new 60-year-old grandma that's not in tune with it being fake. So it's like... And like, you get it with these people, right? It's like they're trying to make money and they're doing it like this. And like, you can't expect people to not try to make money. You know, like, you can't expect them to not try. Like, they're gonna make money. You can pretend like, oh, they shouldn't do that, but they will. People that care for the animals will likely continue even without the video, so it only stops people that do it for money. That's true, and also they could have the videos on their website or something like that. And I think, honestly, you could even have, like, I do think YouTube straight up does need to do something about this. I want to finish the video, but like, I'll talk about this a bit after this.
I've come to the conclusion that 99% of these videos are made by the same person. There's just one creep doing this. I've spotted about 6 different species of turtles used in these videos. After a while, I started to notice something truly disturbing, and I wasn't at all surprised. They're using the same turtles over and over again. And I know this because I spend entirely too much time hyper-focusing on things most people wouldn't. Just imagine returning home after every trip to the beach, just to have the stuff glued back on your shell, so it can be scraped off with anything from a sharp blade to a fork the next day.
And with comments on these videos such as, it's so nice to see kind people like you helping out these little turtles.
Well, how the fuck does Naomi know? She just got Naomi Lopez. She's just a nice lady with her cute little cat here. That's probably her cat. She pets the cat. She loves that little kitty. What the fuck does she know? How would she possibly imagine this?
It seems like most people don't understand the disgusting and evil nature behind the content they are consuming, but with the rise of the content's virality, it would only be a matter of time before turtle experts would catch on. And on the 10th of November 2022, a channel by the name of Dan the Turtle Man would create a video exposing a channel named Ocean Sea, which at the time was gaining millions of views from harming the defenseless turtles.
This is a freshwater species from Papua New Guinea and New Zealand that they glued, and it has a soft shell, not a soft shell turtle, but its shell is soft and leathery, and they glued barnacles to the shell to make this fake video. That is so twisted. Not only that, but they're putting them in the ocean. They're literally letting them swim around in salt water. That's not good for them. This is a freshwater species. They're burning its freaking eyeballs. Not to mention the skin problems that they can have from this. Look, it's leaving lesions. You're literally ripping the freaking skin off the shell of the turtle here because they glued the barnacles to this fly river turtle. Are you actually kidding me? And on the hard-shelled animals, at least, you know, it's really uncomfortable, but usually they don't rip anything off. On this fly river turtle, they are quite literally, oh, he's pulling, and then see how upset the turtle gets?
Dan the Turtle Man's video led to...
Holy fuck, man. This is so weird. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god, this is fucked up. It's hard to watch. It is. Just for a YouTube video, man. Like, it's not like this isn't like, they're not doing this to like, this isn't like a animal testing. It's gonna save lives. Like, it's just for a fucking YouTube video.
Hundreds of viewers reporting the big channels who are posting the content, which luckily resulted in the bigger channels being terminated by YouTube. But
Thank
this is
God.
the real world, and not all stories have happy endings. And in this case, that is especially evident, as the terminated channels began re-uploading their videos under new names. An example of one of these channels being Vast Ocean, who in the last 2 weeks has posted 91 videos amassing over 1.6 million views, gaining their channel over 61,000 subscribers. And by simply searching total barnacle removal on YouTube, you can see hundreds of these videos being uploaded every single day.
Oh my god, that's so fucking weird, man.
Thanks to Sunny V2, we all know the unfortunate truth.
I just like, that's so weird. Like, what the fuck? I'm sad not. Yeah, that's so nasty. Ban that shit? Yeah, what the fuck, man? Expose these lowlifes? No, I'm glad we watched this. Like, that just put me in a bad mood. Like, who the fuck does that to a turtle, man? It's a fucking turtle. It's like, yeah, we can argue about the fucking ethics of refurbishing, you know, fake refurbishing a guitar, but like, who cares? It's a fucking guitar. But this is just I don't even want to look at the picture. Like, he's just trying to live as a psychopath. No, it's just like, I get they just see the animals as a way to make money. I get it. But like, I don't think that this shit should be on YouTube, because it encourages animal cruelty in a way that's not productive. It's not like, again, it's not like this is like, they're not harvesting these animals for meat. They're not even hunting them for sport. It's like, at least whenever you're hunting an animal, you shoot it in the head, it's dead. Right? You don't fucking constantly farm it out over and over and over and like glue things to it and then pull the things off and pull its skin. They're torturing them. Holy fuck, man. They're torturing for the joy of the ignorant? Yeah, I know. Not everything dies in one shot. Yeah, but you see what I'm saying, right? It's like, it's on a spectrum. I don't know. I think this is like a lot worse than hunting, okay? Like, I don't know. It's gruesome? Yeah. Even for the shells, yeah. It's like, I can understand, like, even if like you're killing the turtles for the shells, like, you need the shells for something. Okay, I still think that's like kind of fucked up, but like, okay, but like they're torturing them like indefinitely over and over for YouTube video views. I don't know, man. Nothing wrong with witch hunting responsibly. No, I don't. It's not about like, I don't want to witch hunt anybody. Because the truth is, like, we can get a channel shut down. Who cares? You think these people care? No, they're just gonna make another channel. Like, the same as what happened with the turtle guy. Like, yeah, like, like, oh, man, that's so fucking weird. Yeah, they just get a new YouTube channel. Just look at Reddit for examples of how witch hunting goes bad. No, I don't want to witch hunt anybody.
MTG Arena sucks. It sucks mega dick. At the beginning of time, the orange cat Garfield became a fucking wizard and made Magic the Gathering Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was not there for any of that. A friend got me into this game during the pandemic. Yep, Fortnite was in the game before I started playing. I wanna die. Even though Magic has got me into crippling credit card debt, there's nothing better than just meeting up with your friends, cracking some packs.
Look, it's not mine! Are you cracking packs without drafting them? Who taught you to do this?
And playing some Commander. But say none of my friends can meet up that week, or I'm too lazy to leave the house. What then? Well, that's when I launched MTG Arena, the official client to play Magic. Problem solved, right?
Yeah.
In the early 2000s, the bar for online card games was pretty low. Most of the decent ones were just fan-made versions of existing TCGs. But when Hearthstone came out, ooh mama! The animation, sound effects, atmosphere, I really felt like I was playing in a cozy cavern and battling with epic monsters and heroes. It was so good that I would spend my free time in and out of class in high school listening to World of Warcraft lore videos just to understand what was going on. I was more invested in Warcraft lore than real life lore. Man, those were the days. So why did I bring up Hearthstone? Huh? Well, it's because MTG Arena is like 1/5 of the quality of Hearthstone. The vibe and everything else is just not there, Chief. It's just not. Let's go through the atmosphere. It's not bad, but compared to Hearthstone and Yu-Gi-Oh, there is no competition. You figured with a company as greed mongoloid as Hasbro, they would have invested more effort into this. But here we are 6 years later, and we're not even close to these games. When a small creature attacks in Hearthstone, it does a little ping. But when a big creature attacks, it's like, okay, how is this done in Magic? Oh, okay, we went from a slap to a big slap. There's also zero voice acting for the custom avatars, which means zero personality. And what voice acting there is, man, it's so bad.
You know, I've been studying a lot.
Why? Every monster is the same reused animal sound effect. There's no good music, and everyone I face is just a PNG with a username on screen.
Oh, I got a thing.
That's it. I don't have the most up-to-date rig, but for a game as simple as this client genuinely struggles to keep itself together.
Okay, so this card is glitched, and I had to listen to this sound effect forever. Oh look, he played his own. Now, I had to listen to this twice.
The servers are also hog shit. It generally takes forever to download a 500 megabyte patch, and you can't leave it running in the background. Well, what an atrocity, bro. Hasbro is the EA of card games. They actively want to make as much money as possible, with no thoughts about the long-term ramifications of their
did
actions.
you want this?
Whoa, that's a lot of... Don't step in it! It's the outrageous new game from Hasbro Gaming. Can you cross the mat without stepping in doo-doo?
Today I'm making a video that no YouTuber really wants to have to make. I have messed up. I've messed up big time.
Both assembly and supervision required.
And their insatiable lust for money has run its way into MTG Arena. Every online card game grants you the ability to disenchant and get rid of unwanted cards. But not Magic! Instead, the only way to get the cards you want is to open packs, hope you get a wild card, and transform that into the card you actually want. And to get packs, you gotta spend 1,000 gold, which takes like 50 years to grind. At that point, I just play draft, which is 5,000 to 10,000 gold, so that's gonna take like 10 million years. And then, but you can just spend $10, and at that point, why aren't I just playing the real thing? Why would I spend $10 for fake cards when I could spend 15 and get a much better deal and experience out of it? Okay, I realize I lied during this section. My friend grinded all the way to Diamond, spending a few hours every day working towards it, and his reward for being high ranked at the end of the month is 1 pack. But you know, maybe I'm being too hard on Hasbro. Let's see what other companies do. In Pokemon, when I buy a pack in real life, it comes with a code to redeem it online. So of course, Hasbro does the complete opposite. There are no promo packs in cards, none in pre-made decks, none in entire boxes, but they're in pre-release kits. But being Lord himself, Hasbro limits pre-release codes to 1 per an account, so I can attend 3 pre-releases, spend $100+, and I can only use 1 code. Thank you. Gameplay. Even though it is a 1-for-1 copy of the real-life game, they still manage to f this up. The default mode is best of ones. Now, this wouldn't be that much of a problem, but sideboarding, one of the core components of deck building that allows you to adapt to your opponent's strategy, is completely removed, and people just run aggro to cheese you. You could consider this a minor nitpick since other card games are also best of one, but somehow, it keeps getting worse. The best formats, the one everyone plays, Modern, Pioneer, Commander, are not an MTG Arena. In order to play these formats, you have to use Magic Online, this old, dusty-ass client from 1997. This is what we have to use in 2023 to play the formats we actually enjoy. During the past 6 years of active development, instead of adding all the old cards to make these formats possible, they are instead adding non-legal Lord of the Rings cards and creating online exclusive cards for their made-up format. Alchemy. Just why? When Yu-Gi-Oh!, this horrible, horrible game that keeps printing the most complicated, overloaded, and power-crept cards in existence, can make an online client that includes 99% of the cards you'll ever need within a 3-year time span. Why can't Magic do the same? Magic the Gathering. In fact, how come the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game has more visual land effects than the game where playing lands as a central gameplay mechanic? Do you know how cool it would be to just play a forest and act like Miracle Grow and have like trees and shit sprout up on the side of your battlefield? How come in Hearthstone and my opponent is AFK, this only takes 1 minute, but in Arena, he gets 3 timeouts? Yep. Can see he is going to lose. He has no mana, I have more creatures, and he's just gonna wait it out. Alright, there's the second timeout. Yep, and here's the third. The atmosphere. What the fuck? Client, in-game economy, and just the lack of care for making a quality game is why I can't recommend MTG Arena. Play Wizards 101 instead.
Magic the Gathering Arena Mobile 新登場.
Okay, the video's at 8 minutes. Turn off the outro.
All right, are you sure you're ready? Let's do it. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
No, if this is gonna have like bad
If you didn't read
imagery,
that
I don't
warning,
want to watch
again,
it.
let me reiterate, do not watch this video if you are faint of heart. This video does contain some shocking footage. It's potentially triggering to PTSD victims. This
I don't know if I
medical,
want to watch it.
educational purposes only. We would never glorify this for any reason. This is a pretty unfortunate accident, but we are ready to go over the footage together and see what we can learn from it, talk about safety, talk about our plans for the future. And there is a chance that some of this is still going to be censored. We're not sure at the time of recording how much will be censored, but
I don't know if I want to watch that. Oh.
This is World War II. Now imagine if some random soldier decided to join the battle with some sort of aimbot laser gun. This is what that would look like. Now add wall hacks, speed hacks, 100 damage hacks, Superman hacks, no reload hacks, and the ability to equip any kind of weapon or class on the fly, and you get this.
We have taken objective.
Now every once in a while I decide to check out some Battlefield games on the PC to see what the cheater situation looks like, since DICE and EA do absolutely nothing about this problem. It's been a couple of years and hacker can still do whatever they want. In fact, they now not only trash the Asian servers as they always do, they even go into North American servers. Now most community servers have the ability to straight up ban them as far as I know, but the moment you go into an official server, it's a whole different story. The first kill we see here with a headshot symbol is the hacker we're gonna follow a little bit. That's not a hacker because he didn't get a headshot. That's interesting. There we go. That's our favorite. Yeah. There we go. This is our favorite. He already got 3. We missed 3. We missed 3, but it's okay. He's shooting straight through the wall. Oh, he got killed by another cheater. He got killed again by Unique. This is also a cheater. Bro, it's not even funny. Everybody's cheating on this server. What's even the point? These hackers are so pathetic, bro. Okay, yeah, very nice job. Very nice. Very nice. Another one. Squad wipe. Man, these guys are so
Okay,
skilled,
I died
bro.
in 1 hit.
He's shooting them straight through the wall. Like, how is that even remotely fair? What the? Look at the top right, a quad feed with the tiger headshots. Unbelievable. He didn't even see that one. I don't even know what to say. What? How did he even get a kill like that? He didn't. It was behind a freaking building. Look at his aim lock. His aim lock is only on the chest, not on the head. So he doesn't get a headshot kill feed. Look at that. No headshots. No headshots whatsoever. Very interesting. He has gold camo, by the way, with an elite skin. This guy's playing for a long time and he never got banned, never got... Okay, let's see what we have, ladies and gentlemen. 12 and 2, but he's a tank hunter. This guy's going 85 and 2 and he's an assault player. He must be a cheater. He must be. He's outside the top. Look! Oh, there we go, here we go. Not only does he get instant headshots, it's also an instant kill with the M1970 Patrol Carbine. This is a crappy gun. This one... No! I wanted to spectate him! 88 and 3, and his name is Ying Dang Gang Dang Gang. So hopefully next game we can still spectate him. Okay, next match. I think this is him, right? Ying Huang Lang Dang Do. Let's spectate. This, yeah, this is the same player. He still has the same weird weapon. I really wanted a cheater that has like these guns that are actually not in the game, that can only be found in the files of the game, that are not really in the vanilla part of the game, you know what I mean? That would be crazy. Or somebody with speed. This guy is using speed hacks! You saw that? Or am I crazy? It looked like he was using speed hacks. Let's see how long it will take before he gets some nasty kills. That is hilarious. His aimbot actually locked on that parachuting guy. Well, because of the game's mechanics, you know, with bullet drop and bullet spread and stuff like that, he actually didn't kill him. That was hilarious. DICE, Xing Xing Ping. This one is pretty funny. Yo!
Whoa.
Yo, this is what I mean! Mister is using speed hacks! Look at that! No freaking way! No way! What is he doing? What is he doing? Bro, look at... He just spawned in an entirely different elite class. He's now using the infiltrator elite class, which is not even possible on this map. Look at this, he's using... No, he's using the sentry. No way! No freaking way! Yo! This one is wild! This is the kind of cheaters that I want to see. No way. Oh my goodness. Oh, and now all of a sudden he's using the tank hunter again because he... Bro, he is spamming! Have you ever seen anything like this? He is spamming the anti-tank grenades of the tank hunter because he can spawn in any kind of weapon and any kind of kit, and now he's using the infiltrator class again. This is the only official DICE server that I found, and it already has the most. It already. Yo, look, bro, he's getting how many? This is the only official DICE server, and it already has the most disgusting hacker that I've seen in my life. Okay, I don't know what this guy's doing.
Yo,
He's probably just
Jackalope,
these cheats.
welcome.
Let's see what this guy's doing in the meantime. Oh, he got killed by another cheater because that looked pretty insane. I think this guy's cheating as well. Yep, we have another cheater on the other team. We have another cheater on the other team. And not only is he a cheater with aimbot, he's using a cheat with aimbot inside the tank, so he cannot be killed. Oh man, that is just ridiculous.
I appreciate you stopping in.
I want to see the kill, and he's dead. He is dead. Nice. I think this guy's cheating as well. Okay, I mean, it's Martini Henry, but no, I think he's cheating as well. He's going 20. Yeah, he's going 20-0. He's going 20-0, and he can lock on through the walls. He's cheating as well. Nope, that's a wall, buddy. You can't shoot through the wall. You can only lock on them through the wall, but you can't shoot through them. This guy is going crazy. This is the Carbine Patrol again. Yep, there we go. He's getting one-shot kills with his weapon. What the hell is going on? I've never seen these cheats before in Battlefield. Look at that! It's a one-shot kill with the M1917 Patrol Carbine. What the hell is he doing? Look. What? You can shoot through walls? Oh my god. Oh my god. What? What the hell? One-shot kills, he got killed. He got killed by him. I think he's a cheater as well. Why would you cheat with a Martini Henry? Just go with some fast-firing weapon. Look at that, man. Oh, he got killed by another hacker. Look where he got killed from. By an M1911 suppressed. From this artillery truck. Gals 25. Okay, let's look at him. Wait. Look at this! He's shooting people with the armored truck, but he's killing them with the M1911 silencer. These guys... Oh my goodness. They are using the most... Oh, now he's using the armored truck again. Now he's using the M1911 silencer again. This is so weird. Oh my goodness. Okay, very nice kill. Ooh, that was a nice one. Ooh, that was a nice one. Ooh, that
Like
was
I
a
shot a
nice
gold
one.
round at me and it
Oh,
bounced.
here we go. This is what I want to see. Speed hacks. Oh! Yo! Okay, I haven't seen this one. He can actually spam.
This video is annoying me.
What exactly is the best Christmas movie?
Christmas Vacation?
Nah. The Grinch with Jim Carrey. No.
Elf?
No. Christmas Story. No, no! No to all of it! Because let me tell you, I have the answer. We wanted to do this last year. I think we even wanted to do it the year before. I want to sit down today and just talk about Jingle All the Way. Because I get so excited
Great
when
movie.
talking about Jingle All the Way. The amount of people that said they haven't seen Jingle All the Way, it should be a crime. It should be an absolute crime. I mean, the cast is so stacked. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Phil Hartman, you got Jake Lloyd before all the, you know, he grew up. And you have one of the Belushi brothers, the one that didn't die. He's in it. Oh, and also Sinbad. How could I possibly forget about Sinbad? It's such a charismatic cast of characters, and the movie is on levels of Greek tragedy. This movie feels something out of Oedipus Rex. It feels like something out of the Odyssey. It's a Greek tragedy disguised as a Christmas movie. I absolutely love it, and I want to chat with you about it today. So, what exactly is Jingle All the Way? Which you might come across as, you know, a mid to late 90s schlocky Christmas movie. Easy cash grab for Arnold Schwarzenegger. These things all might be true. but I don't think anybody's truly ready for the roller coaster that's ahead. Especially if you look at the film in a
We watched
different
it last year, didn't
look
we?
at this thing outside of a Christmas movie, it gets much, much darker. Take away all the whimsical Christmas settings and, you know, the idea of Christmas. This is a tragedy, a Greek tragedy, I'm telling you. So without further ado, let's get into Jingle All the Way. You're my number one customer. Which the movie starts off with a fake commercial for Turbo Man facing off against his big enemy Dementor, which has, oh god, these practical effects, dude. I mean, Buster, no one likes Buster or Booster, whatever the fuck his name is, it doesn't matter. Big furry suit, all the furries coming out, jacking their little dicks off over that. Who doesn't like it? But Dementor has, love his helmet. It has the exposed brain with the, like, fluid inside of it. So good. And also, there's that little moment where there's a close-up of his mouth, and I can't tell if it's a little schmutz or herpes horse. I don't know. You tell me. To me, I like the idea that the actor was like, I got a little dirty dog in me. And he started howling on set. They were just like, let it roll. Let it roll. Immediately after this, we see that our main character, Jamie, is obsessed with this show. He knows all the words to it. He's watching it in his living room. And yes, just to get out of the way, it's young Anakin Skywalker. Once again, before he grew up and he got to jail and his life was ruined because people were mean to him. Before all that, this is when it was happy times because he liked Turbo Man. You know what I'm talking about.
Today's video is sponsored by Scentbird. Scentbird is a monthly subscription service that gives you the power to choose new designer fragrances each month for just $17. The service is great because it lets you try big name brands like Gucci, Prada, and Versace for a fraction of the price before you buy a full bottle, which can cost anywhere from $150 to like $350. All right? With over 600 fragrances to choose from and tons of unisex options, you'll be sure to find a premium scent that fits your style. Or branch out. The best part of Scentbird is it gives you the freedom to try. How are you supposed to know what you like without testing a few? I don't know about any of this stuff.
No,
but I can
Scentbird
give it
is
a smell.
okay.
And if I
I
like
think
it, I'm
Kiki
gonna
got me
spray
a
myself
Scentbird
with it so
one.
I smell good. So let's see what we got this month. We have Ember by Joseph Abbott. We have Eros by Versace. And we have The Perfumer's Story by Sequari Wood. I mean, you know, Joseph Abbott's bottle, it feels warm. It feels laid back. Versace's feels smoky and confident. And The Perfumer's Story smells clean and sharp. I thought Ember was probably my favorite out of the line, but god damn it if I didn't like them all. So start your fragrance journey with Scentbird. Use my promo code PAPAMeat55 to get 55% off your first month at Scentbird, available in the USA and Canada. Thanks for Scentbird for sponsoring, and be sure to check out the links in the description below. Back to the video.
Essentially, he has a karate class tonight. He's upset because his dad might not make it. He might not make it to his karate class, which I can understand with. I'm sympathizing with. But let me tell you something. I'm going to interject in moments because a lot of my own personal guilt and gripes with this child is going to seep through. Which I know what you're thinking. Papa Meat not liking a child in a movie, that's strange. That's uncharacteristic of him. Well, let me tell you, when I was a kid, I would scream at my TV watching this kid, dude. One of the most ungrateful, literal, like, evil, spoiled Shakespearean children of all time. I cannot reiterate the amount of Greek tragedy this movie holds in my heart, but I digress. We cut to Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is, I'm assuming he's a CEO of some company. I don't know. He like does something with like bed sheets, I think. He's like, if you don't like the color of the sheets, we can switch it out for free because you're my number one customer.
You're my number one customer. You're my number one customer. You're my number one customer.
I don't know what kind of, if he's working at like Kohl's corporate or something like that. That would be great if he's like, I founded Kohl's. I came here from Austria and I founded Kohl's and I settled down in Minneapolis. But you get this beautiful montage of him being like, you're my number one customer. And his wife calls him. She's like, Harold, you're gonna miss Jamie's karate tournament class. His belt ceremony. He's like, God, baby, come on. Don't be that way. By the way, you're my number one customer. I love that line. I love that part when he calls her and he's like, baby, I'm sorry. She hangs up on him. The problem with this deal of trying to set up that Jamie is this neglected child doesn't work because Arnold, while he may be, addicted to his work, he tries extremely desperately to get to his karate class. He's in traffic. He's like, I'm going to make it. And he gets up on the curb and he's breaking laws and he gets a speeding ticket. He has to deal with this dickhead cop who pops up in the movie quite a bit, makes him say the alphabet backwards, which people do that to drunk drivers. Do sober drivers know how to do that? Does anybody actually know how to say the alphabet backwards? I would only be able to do it if I was able to be like A to Z and then kind of work my way back. It would take hours. I'm not the brightest man. But we see the Atlas Stone of this movie, the rock, the central foundation of this film in the bleachers of this auditorium, which is Phil Hartman. and he's recording his fat son. I don't know why. I love that his son is fat. It just also helps exemplify how spoiled his son also is. It's very nice. But Phil Hartman is a single dad, and he's in the bleacher sitting next to Harold, or Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife, and all of the suburban moms around him are kind of like definitely dropping hints that they're like, you should come to my house and fuck me since you're single now. And he's like, all right, I'll see one. He has that classic Phil Hartman voice, dude.
Sure, I've got just the tool for the job.
Which R.I.P. to the king, dude. R.I.P. to the king. You notice that, this is another thing, they come out, they're walking through for their belt ceremony. Jamie has a fucking yellow belt on, dude. Let me tell you, dude, I was barking, I was howling at this screen. Do you have the audacity to get upset with your parent who is there for you, you know, feeds you, makes sure that you're safe, you're healthy? The audacity to get upset that you didn't make it to a fucking purple belt ceremony? Go fuck yourself. Fuck you, Jamie. Essentially, he's making it through. You see a little moment where Jamie's looking at the door. He's like, my dad's not gonna make it. Arnold whips up, you know, he's got a ticket. He's like, Jamie, I'm coming, come on. Shows up, and everyone's already gone. He missed it. And we get a nice moment where he goes back to the house, and you can tell he's upset. His wife is definitely mad. He's not getting any pussy tonight. Been up that tree, dude. Been up that tree many times. You're a dog in the hen house. Is that what it is? Is that the expression? You're a dog in the hen house? You're a dog getting ready to be put down by the vet. That's the new expression.
You're in the doghouse.
You're in the doghouse. Whatever. You're a 17-year-old blind lab getting ready to be put down. That's what's getting ready to happen. Arnold, he's talking to Jamie, and Jamie's not giving him the time of fucking day, and he walks off. First off, if I would him, I would daddy a 5 the shit out of him. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to put that evil out there. Jamie is walking through, and one thing I noticed on this rewatch is it takes an abhorrent amount of time for him to get to his room because the house he's living in is so nice and big. So he's like walking through this fucking labyrinth, and Arnold the whole time is like kind of walking after him. Jamie, come on. Don't be this way, Jamie. Come on, Jamie. And let me tell you again, when I yelled, viscerally yelled at the screen, you go into the room and Jamie's, you know, putting on a little fucking pouty show. You go in and Arnold's like, I fucked up. He's walking through. He's walking through, and it's the coolest kids' room imaginable. Toys everywhere, it's very nice, and there's a giant fucking mural of Captain America on the wall. Fuck this kid, dude. He has everything you could ever want. You didn't show up for my karate thing. And the thing, too, is like, Arnold's not even being facetious. I feel like a lot of movies nowadays would be like, well, you know what? Fine, go up there and cry about it. No, he's like being jokey. He does kind of a borderline racist Asian thing and does a kick. I don't know about all that. I don't know if that aged well. Oddly enough, it was very charismatic for me. I don't know why. I was like, Arnold, wish you were my dad.
I said, hell no, I don't want to touch him. I said, I want to fucking lick him and fucking kiss him. I tore that son of a bitch up like a cobbler's salad. Fuck. And I tried to put my hand out the smaller bag. She's like, don't be getting out of my under britches. I was like, that's cool, girl.
Essentially, Arnold talks to him. He says, you know what, I goofed on it. But Jamie says, I know how you can buy back my love. Get me a Turbo Man action doll. Buy back my love, Daddy. Don't you love your son? Don't you love your little boy? You'd buy me anything, right? Because I'm your son. I hate you. I will hate you forever. Come on, Jamie, don't be that way. I'm going to hate you forever, Dad, unless you give me this thing. And Arnold basically bends the fucking knee. He thinks he's had a victory here. He goes back and he's like, Liz, you should have seen it. He was so happy when I told him I would buy something. Come on. Which also, let me tell you something too. Goddamn Liz got me a bit half chubbed up watching this fucking thing. She walks by, she's like, did you get the doll? And it does this nice zoom in. And he's like, the doll. And she turns around and her fucking...
My best Arnold impression? You think I could do that?
Woo! I hate to even bring it up now, but you know, yikes. Had to cross my legs watching it.
I appreciate them titties, though.
And essentially, there's this great shot where he's like, yeah, God, it has the, you know, the crazy lines. It says a turtle man. it's really nice. And he does this thing where they lay down, and it's this great shot where he lays his head down, and the light is perfectly fixated on his eyes. And he just kind of does like a nice wide eye thing. It's brilliant. Absolutely love it. So we go to the next morning. You know, it's Christmas Eve now. Jamie's sitting there. He's eating his Turbo Man cereal. This movie doesn't age well for American capitalism, really, of just completely brainwashing children. But I gotta say, at the same time, I'm kind of fucking... It worked on me, even. I was like, I wouldn't mind a fucking Turbo Man doll. Which I know they definitely sold them. I'm almost positive they actually sold the doll. Wish my parents would have got me that. The last gift my dad ever got me, just a side note for a little pity story for myself. The last Christmas gift my dad ever got me was $150 sealed? Seems a bit steep to me. Last thing that my dad ever got me, legitimate gift my dad ever got me, I was 12 years old. He got me a 8-pack of Hanes tube socks and a shotgun. And he took two, and he literally, I was like, the tube socks are open. He's like, yeah, I ran out of socks for work. So I got 6 pairs. The gun was sweet though. Whatever. This is fucking simple. Howard is like, Liz, I have to go get the DOLL. I'm like, isn't Jamie like 10 years old? Does he not know what a 4-letter word is? Hello? I don't know. But he sneaks out and he goes, and that's when we get an amazing spot with Phil Hartman, who has a reindeer on a leash. And it's this brilliant puppet that they just put lion sounds with. It's the most like aggressive reindeer of all time. Whoa. But it's nipping at him. And this is where the movie starts to really take that Greek tragedy feel. Because essentially this movie is the complete demasculization of this dad. The world is pointing and laughing at this man, and this is basically the start. And it starts off with Phil Hartman, who once again has that great kind of voice. Borderline 1950s voice.
Whoa! Nothing like waiting till the last minute, Howard, sir.
Wow, waiting for the last minute? Completely demasculates him, basically is giving hints that he's going to fuck his wife. Oh, also, whenever Arnold arrives at the house before he sees Jamie, Phil Hartman is up on the roof putting Christmas lights on the house because he didn't decorate it in time. This is the first key moment that we start to slip into that Greek tragedy of completely trying to destroy and demasculate and basically have this character implode on himself, Arnold. So Phil Hartman he's the Grim Reaper of this movie. I just want to say that. But after a quick little hasty spit spat with Phil Hartman, Arnold is off on his odyssey. Now we get into some Odysseus territory. In a way, by having Arnold have this confrontation with Phil, it's almost like Odysseus talking to Poseidon. It's almost as if he cursed himself right there. You know, he spat in the face of Poseidon, and now Odysseus can never return home. Do you think anybody's gonna care about these Greek counterparts? Which leads us to Arnold going to a toy store where he first finds Sinbad. Which, if you don't know Sinbad, if you're not old enough to be, I guess, a millennial. Like, millennials are probably the last people that
Finally.
have interactions with Sinbad. Like, he was a good burger.
Yo, Dragon Hound, thank you for your follow. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing okay
I don't think I
tonight.
saw anything else. But let me tell you, Sinbad, so funny in this movie. Basically has this moment where he's talking about people getting brainwashed and brainwashing their children with consumerist products and stuff.
And then they sit there and use subliminal messages to suck your children's minds out.
Whenever I was listening to it, I was like, I agree with everything you're saying. There's not one thing that you said that I would disagree with, but he does crescendo it by taking a random old white woman and fake strangling her in front of everybody. And that part is good. It makes me also, this is one of those things too where it's like, it's one of those
You're
early
welcome.
90s movies.
Thank you for
where
coming
you
to the
appreciate
stream.
that, like, yes, it's a kid's movie, but a lot of the jokes adults can get in on. And like, it might go over a kid's head, but everybody is enjoying it in tandem. You don't find that anymore. The store opens and it's a stampede! This is the funny thing is that every time that we go into a store, people are throwing themselves into shelves. I don't know what it is about this movie, but I love that the director is like, I want 40 people to be thrown through aisle shelves and just have the store basically collapse. It's pretty great. But they find out that there's no Turbo Action Man dolls, and we get another great moment where it's just the universe spitting in Howard's face, which is when he asks for a Turbo Man doll. Chris Parnell gives one of the cringiest, most demasculating claps that would put down any man, and the entire store crescendos into pointing and laughing at him as well.
You see, these guys are looking for a Turbo Man?
A gentleman doll, yes.
Man.
Over the top, cartoony, and I love every second of it. But one old woman, which I'm pretty sure is the woman that Sinbad was strangling, has the last one, which Arnold tries to go on a goose chase after, but she speeds off when she sees this giant Austrian man running after her, and his quest continues. Which also, I want to say too, that whenever you get into the toy store for the first time, you get to see all of that very nostalgic, like, image comic superhero kind of art, that comic book art style for Turbo Man. It really took me back, made me feel very cozy inside. I feel like that's another thing too, where maybe it's just me
Was
who
what a
thinks this is
keyboard.
the quintessential Christmas movie, but it's tapping into all of these core things for, I don't know, it's just like, it's tapping on my brain in a great way. Maybe it does to you too. Cut back to Howard's house, and Liz is making cookies with Phil Hartman. Phil Hartman's fat son is saying that he would be Turbo Man over Jamie, which is like, dude, you would be the fucking fat cat. What the fuck are you talking about? But essentially, Phil Hartman once again puts on the Riz, takes off Liz's apron and says, go take a shower. He knows how to make the cookies. Go treat yourself, Liz. And you see a little bit of his like suave, like nice guy character break when he reaches for a hot cookie and scolds the children immediately.
Pipe down in there!
it's those little moments that really just it shoots this movie to be one of the best. So good. Arnold tries calling his home, trying to get a hold of his wife Liz, but Ted answers, aka.
Oh, I don't know what you threw at me. I have like the video that I'm watching over me, so I'm not sure what you're throwing at me. But I don't think I have a keyboard.
Arnold getting very frustrated about Ted eating said cookies because it sounds like he's fucking his wife, and he does the classic.
Put that cookie down now! Put the cookie down now! And people just loved it.
And essentially, Ted hangs up the phone on Arnold, leaving him speechless. And
put the cookie down.
If he's gonna plow down his wife, I would probably assume so. His son doesn't respect him. I don't think his wife respects him. I think she's getting dicked down. But luckily enough, after that whole craziness at the toy store, Sinbad or Mirren catches back up with Arnold after that whole fiasco, and they start talking about how he wants to be on his team, but Arnold kind of rejects him. And there's like a crazed white man who comes running out of a random store, being like, "They got Turbo Man at the mall!" And it's off to the races. They go to the mall, and as he starts to drive off, he runs into the cop's bike that pulled him over before, and it's just another big step back. And as he gets to the mall, you see Sinbad in front of the line, but really not too far off. I mean, like he got there a little earlier, but basically they found that the toy store in the mall is doing a bingo ball system where if you get a ball, there's like a lottery chance. So it's like, even if you get a ball, it's not like you're gonna get a doll. But it's absolute fucking chaos. They end up which I feel like these employees would be fired. They just throw the balls up in the air, and it starts an absolute fucking riot. Once again, people like throwing themselves over each other. Sinbad does have a Rodney King moment, which I was like, holy shit.
Rodney King! Rodney King!
I haven't heard that in like forever. Sinbad has an extra ball. He gets tackled. The bouncy ball starts going over the mall, and we get a nice chase sequence of Arnold running around like an absolute fucking goon through the mall until there's like a tiny, ambiguous, gendered child who I guess is a girl? Yeah, she's...
Hi, little girl.
It's a girl. Maybe in the 90s it was more apparent. I was like, what the fuck is this supposed to be? What am I looking at? Which honestly is kind of a trendsetter in a way if you think about it. I was like, is this a art graduate student in 2023? Maybe. The child puts the dirty ass bouncy ball in their mouth, and I like how Arnold does not hesitate at all to grab the child's face to get the ball. Like, no hesitation whatsoever, which you have to commend. I mean, that's very nice. But he does get labeled a pedophile and is beaten with purses by all of the other hags. Well, I guess I don't want to say hags if they're trying to beat up a pedophile. All the other moms in the Mall of America fucking playground. Luckily enough from this, the mall Santa says that he does have a Turbo Man doll for sale, which I like how they show this. In my older age, I'm able to appreciate it more, but it's just the elf holding the Turbo Man doll with today's paper. This is a Polaroid picture. I don't know why, that really got me this time around. I thought that was like a really funny way to show that. Which essentially, there's some seedy, kind of like scummy, it's the Belushi brother who didn't die. He's a mall Santa, and Arnold has to give them a drive out of the mall and back into their headquarters where they have like a secret password that opens them up to this like underground ring of like selling, I guess, illegal or cheap products for sale. It's like a black market for mall Santas. Honestly, when I was watching this, I was like, that's like such a fun idea for a film. When I was younger, I didn't understand like the underground, like, you know, I guess it never even processed really to me what underground selling of fake goods was. But as an adult, I was like, this is sick. That makes sense. Especially back then when it's like, how many mall Santas are like even like dudes holding the Salvation Army stuff? Like any appearances ever. There's tons. So it makes sense that they would have like this little operation going. But lo and behold, Arnold pays way over asking price, and when he gets the doll, it speaks Spanish.
Well, that's the multilingual version.
Ay caramba. It also falls apart, it breaks, and when he asks for his money back, it causes a fight when he insults them, and he starts fighting all of the Santas. Little ones, which there's a lot of little people assault in this movie. I think there's just a lot of little people in this movie that they just like throw around and shit. I was kind of like, god damn, dude. Holy shit, is there that many little people stuntmen? Or are these fucking people just like taking on the chin? I don't know. But he fights all of these mall Santas, which when he punches Jim Belushi, he does like a pin, like a cartoon pin thing. It's a lot of fun. But also there's like a Taekwondo Kung Fu Santa. And then I'm pretty sure that he literally just got the Big Show, the WWE wrestler, to just put on a Santa beard and just beat the shit out of Arnold. In which the Big Show punches another little person who gets sent, you know, I don't know, God, what, 100 feet lightning speed. Jesus Christ. But there is a cop raid, luckily, that stops this debacle, and Arnold is able to grab one of the toy bags.
Oh, I totally guessed where he
I love
was.
that little detail. It is kind of like, oh, what a
He's gonna think I'm
but
cheating.
It's fun. You know, it's a toy. You'd expect some toy cop stuff there. I like it a lot. But, you know, now he goes.
That was a
and
total
drive
guess.
off, and he runs out of gas. And he has to walk his happy ass and his car. He pushes it all the way there. I was like, that's a fucking Herculean strength thing. Once again, another Greek trial thing. And there in the coffee shop where he ends up, Sinbad is sitting in there, and him and Sinbad talk about how they're terrible fathers, they let down their kids, and they start getting drunk in the middle of the day. Until they find out over the radio station if you can answer the question, which is, can you name every reindeer in Rudolph's thing? Or Santa's reindeer? You win a Turbo Man doll. So they start freaking out. They have a big brawl in the photo booth. Arnold fucking hits Sinbad over the face, which I was like, if you would have made this movie R, that would his nose would have been completely split open. I mean, it's fucking brutal. The waiter at the cafe is basically like, oh, by the way, the radio station's 2 blocks from here. So they start running their happy asses down that way. And as they go inside, they assault the man. Arnold like breaks into the guy's fucking door, which I wondered how he got into the radio station without credentials. He just kind of like walks his way in. He knows where the guy is, and it's pretty funny. He breaks into the fucking door, and the guy is just like freaking out, and basically also does a scummy thing where he's like, oh, you guys are too late, and also I don't have the doll here. I just have a certificate that says like, oh, we'll get it when it's available. Which luckily Sinbad decides to take over the situation, and he grabs one of the boxes that he has in his postman bag and says that it's a bomb.
It's a homemade explosive device.
Bomb? He causes a bomb threat. The cops are called, and Sinbad, I guess, wants to be chaotic and proclaim he's a psycho, giving
The worker.
Arnold enough time to slip out the back, and Sinbad drops the package, and it's actually a bomb. I love
Actually,
that.
we were playing the
He was so happy
Luva.
to have a bomb on him, and he's like, oh shit, it was a bomb.
That was really a bomb? Just a sick world we're living in. Sick people.
Pretty good stuff. Once again, would have been an extremely bloody mess, but instead we get
But we won.
Wile E. Coyote explosion mark, burnt mark on the person's face. Not bad. Pretty good stuff. Arnold goes back. His car is completely fucking vandalized. Someone stripped it, and he has to have a tow truck drive him home. And from there, he sees Phil Hartman putting on the star on top of the tree, which let me tell you something. As a fucking man, that's the man's job. That's King of the Castle's job, all right? So for him to do that, he's like, fuck that. I'm going to steal your fat son's Turbo Man doll because you made it so clear that you had one. So fuck you, I'm gonna go do that. And as he goes, you know, he breaks inside of Phil's house, begins to steal it, but as he's coming out, he kind of has a change of heart because he's a good guy, and he's like, what am I gonna do, steal from a kid? But the lion reindeer comes out of nowhere and starts chasing him through the house.
You picked the wrong
House, fool! Hey!
He locks the reindeer in a room, but in the
It's only a
commotion of the
rental.
reindeer, he shoots this like plastic head into the fire, and he starts, you know, basically he sets a fire on in the house. And the Christmas carolers come up, so Ted or Phil Hartman and Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife come out, and they're watching the the Christmas carolers until Arnold in a panic punts the fucking thing out of the window and alerts everybody that he started a fire in the house. And also he gets caught with his pants down that he was gonna steal the fucking toy. Once again, it's no bueno. Now his wife's upset. Ted has every right to absolutely dick down and plow Arnold's wife, and it's looking pretty extremely grim. Very, very grim. Grim.
I'm not gonna buy it. Why would I buy
He
it?
holds the he puts out the fire in a
I have this tank.
and he's like, Balthazar.
Balthazar.
It's pretty good. So after this,
I have
Arnold's
the
wife
tank.
and
I'm not
Phil
buying
Hartman
it.
are like, you know what, Arnold, you're fucking insane. We're taking the boys to the parade. And Arnold, in desperation of trying to make it up to his kids, goes to the parade as well. And
Yo,
that's where
hello,
he
Garrett.
sees Phil Hartman trying to finally move in on Liz. And it's some grade A cringe, I'm not gonna lie. It's done very well. He really gasses himself up. Honestly, if I was Liz, it would have worked on me. If I was Arnold's wife, I think I would have. Especially like when he's like, I'm an extremely desirable bachelor. I love it.
You know, Liz, I don't have to tell you. I'm a very eligible bachelor.
You can tell this guy has just fucked everything in that neighborhood. Arnold sees it, but he gets interrupted by one of the cops and is diverted a different way. And his wife does end up taking the thermos of, I assume, is either hot cocoa or eggnog,
Have some non-alcoholic eggnog.
and bashes it against his fucking face. And Phil Hartman's attempts to get Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife pussy is thwarted. Thwarted? Thwarted. What a weird word, dude. thwarted. What the fuck came with that? Fuck you. Arnold, trying to hide from the police, goes into this random warehouse where people misidentify him with apparently a replacement stuntman for this position that was the main stuntman or actor, got horribly injured, and they start putting him into a suit, but they assure Arnold that it's safe this time. When he walks over, we see the dude from Revenge of the Nerds, not the one that rapes the girl, but the one that is the booger. And yeah, there was a Revenge of the Nerds. No one really talks about it. Well, I guess a lot of people talk about it now, but did you know that, Nick? A lot of confidence. But essentially, it ends up being
Not buying the
Booster,
tank.
and whenever we get the reveal that Arnold is dressed up as Turbo Man, he's in the parade, and now he has the opportunity. Everyone's all excited. His son Jamie's there. He's like, "Oh, I wish my dad was here." Blah blah blah. Oh, shut the fuck up, Jamie. No, you don't. You just want the doll. Fuck you. Turbo Man, the little statue comes up, and he has to choose a child in the crowd to give the Turbo Man action figure to. He's excited. He's looking for Jamie. Where is Jamie? And he points to him. He does, Jamie. And I think that in the movie they said they're like, "Well, we distorted your voice so you'll sound more like him." Jamie! But I definitely think in the writer's room, they're just like, how are we gonna make it not abundantly clear that the only Austrian man in town is dressed up as Turbo Man? I guess we'll put a weird effect on his voice. Whatever. And Jamie comes up, it's Turbo Man, this is cool. And he's like, oh, Jamie, he's getting ready to say that he's his dad. But the Dementor intervenes, and this time it was Sinbad who stole the costume and assaulted the man who was supposed to play him. And now they have a fight that is resembling the fight from the first part of the episode. It's very fun. They even have the close-up of the mouth. It's a lot of fun. The fist shooting and it punches him and it comes back to his hand. It's a lot of, hey, I like it a lot. Arnold puts the fucking doll in the back of Jamie's backpack and Sinbad's chasing him. Arnold's trying to like get to Jamie and help him, but he's just like flying around the city on this fucking jetpack that he doesn't know how to use, looking like a bumbling idiot. Sinbad definitely coming across as a ultra villain now. He was once likable, but now he's trying to assault a 9-year-old. Kind of odd. But Jamie, like a fucking idiot, keeps climbing up on this like makeshift tree, like a decoration, and it falls over with Sinbad on it. And Sinbad is able to grab the toy, falls into some boxes on the parade, and luckily Arnold is able to maneuver
This 112 is an
jetpack
idiot.
or know how to use it in time to save his son as he falls, which, thank God. I mean, it'd be kind of funny if he was like, ah, because it's a big, cheesy, funny sequence of him flying around. Imagine his son just falls to his death there. And he isn't able to save him. Once again, if it was a rated R movie and made today, that's like, that, I could see that happening. That'd be pretty fun. But no, he saves the day. The cops come, and he's like, I believe this is yours, young man, and gives him the Turbo Man doll. Arnold has a meet cute with the officer, because he's like, hey, sorry, I fucked your entire life up. You know, I'm kawaii. But it's revealed, his dad reveals that it's his dad. Jamie's like, oh my God. Liz is all wet again. She's like, my pussy was dry for so long, but now I love you. Ted runs off like a pussy. And as Sinbad's being arrested, Jamie gives Sinbad the Turbo Man doll.
If somebody gave the money to me to buy it, then I guess I would, because they would be giving it to me for that reason.
Arnold gets to become the hero. It's an amazing, amazing story structure, dude. I love it. A defeated man rises from the ashes to fulfill his destiny.
But I would get the loot boxes to get the gold.
I love it. To this day,
And then I would get the tank. I have enough gold to get it.
If you haven't checked it out, you gotta
But I
watch
don't
this film.
want
It's
to
absolutely
spend it
amazing,
on
and I just
that.
wanted to take time today to talk about my personal favorite Christmas movie, okay? It used to be Christmas Vacation, and I get people like that movie too. I'm an Elf hater. Elf is like, I can watch it like once every 5 years. Otherwise, shit's fucking annoying, dude. The Elf fan base, brutal. Elf fan bases are not good. Same with Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a bad fan base too. I know. I hate to be the person to say it. I tell you what was actually not bad either was the Christmas Story, the reboot they did, or like the official sequel they did last year. Not a bad one if you're looking for that one. But whatever, doesn't matter. Jingle All the Way. It fucking rules. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I wish he was my dad. I wish Sinbad was my dad too, honestly, after watching this. I wouldn't mind Sinbad being my dad too. I would love for Liz. I would love for Liz to be my wife. Oh, yeah. But I have a wife already, so stay away, Liz. Be my mom. That sounds like I'm like sexually attracted to Liz if she was my mom. Feels weird. Mommy. I'm gonna be Liz's pay pig. All right, everybody. Happy holidays and happy watching. Jingle all the way. That's all I got.
Now do something funny.
Do something funny?
Yeah.
The only way to get the tiger mouse is through loot boxes, and I don't have money to buy the loot boxes.
Okay.
Thanks to Sinbad for sponsoring the video. Link in the description!
No, the only way to get the tiger mouse is out of the box, and you can't buy the boxes with gold. You just get gold out of the boxes. Oh, fuck it. I'll kill him. I don't want to play the Christmas Carol.
Today, we are going to be doing a bit of an audit, a bit of an investigation on who the good boys are and who the bad boys are. Now, we've downloaded an extension, so basically what it's going to do is it's going to show you how many people are actual authentic users for watching a stream. So you've got this guy right here. Obviously,
I'm gonna go pee real quick.
100% of the people that are watching him are verified users. Now, you're going to see numbers that go above 100% sometimes. And the reason for that is just
But I'll leave the video running.
143%. The calculator is kind of wrong. So we're not exactly looking for people that are below 80%, okay? If you're below 80%, there could be a bunch of different reasons for that, right? You could have had somebody host you. You could have had maybe like a different audience from another platform that's not verified. There are a lot of reasons that you could be under 80% or even under 60%, I'd say. It depends on who it is, though. But what we're really looking for are the under 40% and under 30%. Because that is such a massive deviation that it becomes, I believe, a problem. So let's take a look and see who the good boys are. Here's two good boys right here. NMP LOL and Zach Rar. Oh, there's another good boy, eBuy. 89% verified users right here. I am at 93%. eBuy, of course, is at 91%. So there you go. Obviously, everybody here is, you know, I have a real endemic actual audience. And if you scroll down, we do see one individual here. And so they stick out like a sore thumb. And you see, let's go ahead and look through some numbers. Hey, who loves numbers? 103%, 81%, 83%, 126%, 95%, 85%, 99%, 38.4%. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what's up with this? Let's take a look at it. So we've got a stream that has 2,400 viewers here. No, he seems to be having a good time. Very slow chat. Very interesting. Very interesting here. And so we have 2,400 viewers. Do you really think that this stream that looks like it came out of 2012 has 2,400 viewers? I think it doesn't. I think, guys, I think they're embedding or view botting. That's what I think. Let's go to the next one. Uh-oh. This stream's about to have 120% viewers. But anyway, let's see here. What are the rest of them? All right. Seems like everybody here is pretty authentic, pretty real. This guy's at 51%. Hard to say what's going on there. 51% is pretty low. Same with this one. Very hard to say. It's also not an English-speaking stream. It's not as egregious as the other one, so we're going to go ahead and skip that one. Let's look at the Counter-Strike category. As you can see here, Counter-Strike engages in promoting gambling to children, facilitating people ruining their lives, selling items that are worth nothing for thousands of dollars. But not even they will stoop so low than to embed. There is one person, however. Jason R. 32% viewers. More like Jason L. 3%? No, it's 32. It says 32.6. Yeah, it says 32%. 3%. Oh god. Oh,
Battery low.
Whoa, wow. And so this stream, oh my god. So you're telling me this stream it's been live for 28 hours. It has 1,000 viewers. This dude is popping off. Look at that, peak viewers. He's gone up by 98% in the last 30 days. This dude is fucking huge. He's gonna be the next ninja. Oh my god. And so look at this. 3%, gentlemen. 3.9%. Jesus. That is pretty bad, guys. That is really low. Oh my god. He said hi, Asmon chat. I would say hi to his chat, but there isn't one. So I'll just say hi, Mr. Streamer. Hope you're having fun. Let's go to the next one. Okay. We'll look at Cyberpunk, maybe. I mean, I don't think Cyberpunk is really that big of a deal. That's whatever. But we'll go ahead and just look at a couple of them. So we see, obviously, big friend of the stream. I've known her for many years. Annie Fuchsia. 96.8% real viewers. But we go a little bit lower here. 22.6% viewers. Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm back.
Charging battery.
Nothing going on in chat.
Went to the bathroom and I got water.
Uh-oh. Chat's literally dead. Well, it's not dead. Because I have these little losers that watch me in my stream. Look at you. You've been in 2 streams. I've literally watched you. Can you stop going into other people's streams? It's just cringe. You're just fucking cringe. I'm not gonna unban you. I'm gonna ban you again. Just stop it.
Oh, I got something.
The reason why I want you guys to stop is because it fucks up the experiment. Whenever I have a bunch of people go into the person's stream, then I can't get an accurate read on how fast their chat is moving. Do you see what I'm saying? So you fuck it up. Stop it. You're ruining it. Let's go ahead and let's look at the other ones. Now, let's look at Lies of P, for example. Let's take a look at that. Obviously, Lies of P. Oh, right here. 24%. There are also certain instances where people can get, I don't know if front page viewership on Twitch can get it. I don't know. I think anybody you could look at could have front page, but I'm not sure.
If you are a chef with 38 years' experience, just tell me why you didn't want to taste that.
I know what striped bass tastes like, and I'm familiar with this.
Doug, one more chance. You sure you don't want to taste that?
Positive.
He didn't even have the courtesy of trying.
God, that's the first time a guy's never tasted my food. Now I'm seriously insulted.
Now that Gordon has shown them how to make the special, it's time to see Doug and Charlie in action.
Okay, good. Off we go.
I don't expect my cooking to be like his. I don't expect striped bass to be like his. At this point, I don't even want to be here.
That's bird, Charlie. What are you doing? What the fuck is this? Can he not cook a piece of fish?
Chef Ramsay's got to want to listen to what he had to say again.
The fish is cooked to fuck. There's shit and piss all over the place.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
I don't know how both of you can even attempt to call yourself chefs, you know that?
Fucking 4-star chef bullshit.
Unfucking believable. I am so pissed off. A sous chef that can't cook fish, a head chef that's just moping around doesn't care. This is a joke. I've seen all I need to see.
Of course I would eat Gordon Ramsay's food.
He's lazy, dirty, and he shouldn't be anywhere near a kitchen. He's destroying your business quicker
We
than
got
you
the
can fucking
lowest
realize.
roll, and he
Couldn't even be
survived.
bothered to taste what I'd cooked. In 21 years of cooking, that is a first for me. You asked me to come here to work and fix your fucking business. I can't do it with those two schmucks in there. You have got to make the biggest decision you've ever made since your father passed away. Whether you continue to work with the dead wood that have drifted into your business, or whether you wake up, get a grip, and be the boss. The one thing that I need you to carry out for me, I want you to go in the kitchen and ask Doug and Charles to take it off.
Doug got too comfortable in being lazy. There's no excuse for that.
Decision's yours.
And I realized at that moment that something had to be done.
Do you agree with me?
100%.
Irene, how does that sound to you?
Dog's food is horrible. Fry them in a spot.
That's what I want to hear. That's what he wants to hear. They're not good enough for this place.
Guys, both off tomorrow?
Are we done here together? You sure?
Yes.
I kind of expected it from the way that we worked tonight. So, am I a little upset about it? Yeah, I'm a little bit upset.
Fuck out of here. Right now, I'm humiliated. It's just freaking
There's a
hard.
fucking guy behind me.
Close the fucking door.
It was his last shot, and he didn't perform.
How did he get behind me?
No lie, our chefs walked out. They're shutting down the kitchen.
After shutting down dinner service, Chef Ramsay calls an emergency meeting with the owners.
Emergency meeting.
I cannot continue like this. I'm trying my best. And I cannot work with no tools in there.
He's a cook, but he's not a chef. There's a lot of money invested here, and if I have to choose between a future and a chef, I have to choose the business. He needs to go.
We need a new kitchen leader.
It was a no-brainer. Please, give me a real chef.
I am willing to bring a chef in here and pay personally for that chef to help turn this business around for the first month. But that's your decision.
You can't ask for more than that.
You're the owners, and it's your call. See you in the morning.
We had to make a quick decision. We couldn't let it linger on. We had to rip the Band-Aid off, you know?
Come outside.
Getting a powerful item feels good, but what happens when you get the strongest item in the game? And I'm definitely not talking about something in the loot table. I'm talking about a secret item. An item that feels a little too strong. An item that you probably shouldn't have gotten in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
Believe it or not, there have been several times where players have accidentally received items
Yeah,
that were
this
only
happened in
supposed
Old
to be
War.
for GMs. And what the players did next, well, you'll be surprised. There was this dude named Leroy Spells, and he and his guild were raiding through Wrath of the Lich
Yep,
King
it was
when
an
all
old-
of a sudden he disconnected. Now, DCs, they happen all the time. It's not the biggest deal in the world.
They do.
You just reload the game and log back in.
They usually
So
happen
Leroy
whenever you're
put
in combat in classic hardcore.
his account details and
Ooh.
worst case scenario. Now, if you played WoW back in the day, you know what that screen means. And if you didn't, let me explain.
Means you got hacked.
So in the early days of WoW, before the days where everyone had authenticators, it was pretty common to get hacked. Usually, the hacker would gain access through the email address associated with the account, and they'd go in and change your password and lock you out. Then, if you were already online at the time that the hacker tried to log in, it would knock you off so they could get in the game. Where you'd normally just reload the game, try to log back in, and boom, you'd be hit
But
with
they've
this
changed the password, so you can't do
screen.
anything.
And after double and triple checking to make sure that you didn't panic typo your password, a
Right.
grim reality would begin to set in. You've been hacked. Now, when you were hacked back in the day, they didn't just take your gold. They literally took everything. They would sell every single item in your bags, your bank.
Bro, they would clean you the fuck out. There was no shame. There was no, integrity. There was no honor in this. Everything. You would be done. And they
Yeah, I've seen the British version of Kitchen Nightmares. It's a lot more personable and tame.
Stuff back. And that's why they did the authenticator, because Blizzard has a save state of people's accounts, so they would just revert your account back to the save state. So they know. No, they didn't. No, I know this because I've had people do this. I know this. Yeah, it happened to me. And also do you remember whenever I got my gear, my blessed battle gear of undead slaying back? It was the removed from the game Wrath of the Lich King pre-expansion event gear, and a GM restored it to me. The reason why they were able to restore that was because the game had snapshotted my character inventory whenever I transferred. So they have multiple snapshots. It's the same as with a computer, right? Where they're able to, it's like, oh, you can revert to a previous start or a previous like version of your computer, right? A save state of your computer, an archive, basically. So the Blizzard system has that. The save state, yeah. System restore, of course. System restore point. I have never had to do that, but yeah. They don't do that? Well, that's crazy because they told me they did. And then they did something based off of the fact that they had it. So I don't know. I think they do it.
And worst of all, they'd go through your character, they'd unequip all of your armor that you spent months farming, they would vendor it, and they'd take all the gold and send it to some burner account.
Gotcha, bitch.
Your main character would be
You're
left
done.
with nothing. And dude, if you had more than one character, they'd be cleaned out too. So by the time you finally managed to secure your account and log back in, this is what you'd see. Yep, a scantily clothed character with not a single copper to their name. And this is exactly what happened to Leroy's Belts. They logged back in, ready to progress the latest raid with their guild, just to see their beloved character in rags. But it gets way worse. Leroy was actually an officer in the guild, and that comes with unrestricted and unlimited guild bank access.
Sometimes.
Which you already know the hacker took full advantage of.
And that's why Blizzard has the system now where you have to, like, you can have a setting to where only people that have authenticators can access the guild bank.
The entire place out.
Yeah, no, my friend Jeff stole somebody's account, and he cleaned out the entire guild bank, and he cleaned out all of this guy's gold and everything. Like, he stole everything this dude had, man.
They also decided,
easy
you know what?
Jeff,
Let's just delete a couple of Leroy's characters too. So because of this hack, Leroy lost a bunch of his characters, all of his items on his account, and all of the items in the guild bank. But Blizzard did have a solution to restore all of his
He just shot a fucking gold round through my upper plate.
Like I said before, this was a pretty common problem back in the day, so when Blizzard received tickets like this, they'd know what to do. Basically, you just open up a ticket saying that you've been hacked, listing out the damage that it done, and Blizzard would then try to restore whatever was lost. So that's exactly what Leroy did, but sadly, he never heard back. Now, this was around December 2008, and the situation would remain quiet until March 2009. Leroy was pretty much back to normal. He was back on the raiding roster. They were in the middle of a 25-man Obsidian Sanctum when all of a sudden they encountered a loot error. The GM of the guild, his name was Karate Chop. He accidentally gave an item to Leroy that was supposed to go to somebody else. So Leroy, being a good guildmate, decided to open up a ticket to see if Blizzard could give the item to the right player. And this
another big point here is that in patch 3.1, which was the Oldawar patch, that was the patch that they added trading raid gear and the 2-hour trade window. Because before that patch and at the beginning of Wrath of the Lich King, you would have to put in a ticket to have the gear relocated to another character. And the way I know that is that we used to roll on gear that we didn't need, and then we would get people to pay us gold to ticket it to them. And then after Oldawar came out, we didn't have to do that anymore.
They were actually pretty quick. They got the item restored, and then they followed up with Leroy asking if he had heard anything about his account that was hacked a couple of months ago. Leroy was like, nah, you guys kind of ghosted me, and then they went back and forth in the emails for a little bit, but he wasn't hopeful. But all of that would change in mid-April when Leroy would log back in to a fully restored account. Everything was there. His characters, his items, all of it. And on each one of his characters, there was an in-game mail from Blizzard, which, to be honest, is totally ordinary. When Blizzard restores items, they usually send them back to players through the in-game mail system. But hanging around on his lowly level 13 Warlock was an item that no one had ever seen before. A single shirt named Martin Fury. It had plus 34 stamina, plus 34
That's
intellect.
a lot for level 13.
An interesting flavor text that read, kills everything within a 30-yard radius. Cheater. Now, you would think that if somebody got an item with a flavor text that had the word cheater in it, they definitely, under no circumstances, would equip it, go into the latest and hardest...
Yeah, there it is.
...raid with their guild, proceed to one-shot every boss, and earn a bunch of world-first kills along the way. Right? Wrong. Instead of opening another ticket.
Because you guys remember, do you remember, what was this? This was 13 years ago. No, 14 years ago, whenever Oldawar came out, and all of the servers were down for the entire day. Do you remember, like, because we didn't even get into the raid until, like, 11 p.m. You guys remember? Yeah, they were down all fucking day, man. Yes.
Enlightening Blizzard upon
This
their
is why.
mistake, Leroy decided to send a tell to his GM, showing off this glorious shirt. Afterwards, they'd form a group for Old War, go in there just to test it, see if it worked, and yep, pretty much it one-shot the boss. Now, you would think this is where he'd pump the brakes. I understand before, but after testing the item, yeah, it should probably be.
There's a little bit of continuity problem that we have here. A level 13 couldn't zone into Old War. Yeah, I remember this was a max level character. He mailed it? Oh, you're right. Maybe he just mailed it, because it doesn't say account bound at all.
The item, yeah, it should probably be sent back, right? Wrong again. Leroy and crew would not only go on to use the shirt, but they would bump up the difficulty to the max level and then proceed to one-shot 14 bosses.
There it is.
Giving them multiple world first skills,
there it
a
is.
full suite of the best items in the game,
Absolutely.
and of course a childlike sense of wonder and glee.
Yeah.
The hardest bosses in the game at the time that other guilds were taking hours and hundreds of attempts to progress on were just falling over to the might of the shirt.
Yep.
They were having the time of their lives, but this is where things went wrong because they decided to fly a little too close to the sun and got burned from it. They decided to go back in and re-kill the bosses because not everyone in their guild was able to be there for the first kills.
Naturally.
Now they tried to keep it honest and started off by putting in some legitimate
Big
attempts,
mistake.
but obviously
Huge
those didn't go
mistake.
as well because these were literally the hardest bosses in the game. They were not supposed to be easy.
Yeah.
After a couple hours of being Boy Scouts, they decided, all right, let's just use the
Yeah,
shirt.
let's just keep
But the
cheating.
problem with doing this was that not everyone in the guild was in on the shirt. Now, this isn't confirmed or anything, but I believe that this mistake right here is what led to them getting caught. I think it's reasonable to believe that some of the people in there thought the boss was bugged, and they did.
I don't remember it going down like this. I don't. I remember them shutting it down after only a couple of bosses. Because something like this probably is an auto-detect on their system. Like, I mean, how many of you guys run a database or are aware of a database that if a certain value that's above or below a certain integer occurs, that you automatically get a detection, right? This is very, very common. So my understanding was that as soon as they started using it, it immediately triggered the detection mechanism for hacking, and Blizzard found out about it instantly. Yeah, it flags the account instantly. It was not that common in 2009. No, it actually was in WoW. It was because what they used to do is they used to have like a Z, and like again with this specific thing, I don't know, right? Maybe that guy, that what's his name, like that pirate guy that used to work at Blizzard, he probably would know better than me because he fucking worked there. But like my understanding is that they had Z-axis like what's the word for it? Thresholds. So like if you go, yeah, pirate software, yeah. If you go above or below a certain threshold, it would automatically flag your account. So yeah, that was what I thought. So I know that they did have tools even back then. And that's why people's accounts would get hacked if they traded a large amount of gold. GM items are not objectively cheating, it wouldn't trigger. Well, like there are certain spell IDs that would be triggered as like, because this spell occurred, cheating is happening. You see what I'm saying? So like there would be thresholds for maybe for killing the boss too fast or something like that. Because it probably doesn't actually do damage. It probably just makes the boss die. Yeah, time values. Yeah, so like maybe Blizzard had this, maybe not. I don't know. But my remembering of this was that this happened like right after, like they killed Flame Leviathan, and then I don't even know if they killed the next boss. I didn't know they killed 14 bosses. That's not what I remember at all.
On their account from what they thought was a bug. Because, you know, a GM would see that and maybe ban them for using, I don't know, an exploit, something like that. So those people who were scared of their accounts getting banned decided to submit a ticket explaining everything to Blizzard.
Snitches.
Alternatively, a different story could have been that maybe word got out Leroy had essentially what was a kill the boss button, and some people didn't feel comfortable or got upset that he had this, so they decided to rat him out to the GMs. Regardless of how it actually went down, Judgment Day would come.
Oh, so he's actually just guessing. Yeah, he's just guessing with this. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think that it immediately triggered some sort of thing, and like Blizzard immediately found out.
And boy, was it intense. Both Leroy Spelts and Karate Chops were permanently banned.
Yep.
Anyone who was in the raid received a temporary ban.
Ooh.
And anyone who was in the guild who was online at the time, regardless of whether or not they were in the raid, were locked out of their account for 24 hours.
Wow.
So, was it worth their
Ooh.
entire accounts? Probably not, but I gotta admit, walking around one-shotting the hardest content in the game probably felt pretty good.
Yeah, for a few minutes. Definitely someone snitched. I think Blizzard would have found out about it immediately. I do, because Blizzard, like, what I heard is that Blizzard had, like, effectively, like, a command room that they would look at what was happening in, like, the new raids, like, in, like, a big room with, like, a bunch of people together. So, like, if they saw that these bosses were just getting one-tapped really fast, they would immediately have that detected. So, yeah, it's really funny because I remember, like, this is, like, one of these, like, WoW lore stories that I think probably everybody remembers a little bit differently.
That was interesting.
Get out. Get out.
The officer was waiting for the perfect jump scare. That was really amazing timing. Got him with that Blumhouse special. Maybe try robber crying to cashier. 7-Eleven workers beat would-be robber until suspect starts crying. Probably not that one. Oh my god, Milky, what the fuck, man? I really appreciate that again, Jesus. Alright, let's try robber phone store. Is it? I don't think it's this one, no, because this is a full-blown fight. It's definitely not emotional support. And then there's this one that I'm talking about, where they start laughing and shaming him for robbing them after he gets trapped. It's not this one, right? Because this is a far cry from emotional support, I'll tell you right now. Welcome aboard, Enderwolf. And no, nothing new, Price. Yeah, this one is a classic. It's definitely not emotional support, it's just people gather around to laugh at them. This is a phone store. He said it was a phone store. What the fuck? Open your eyes. This is a phone store. It's right there. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen's great. Yeah, then it's just them taunting. I keep saying taunting. Talking to him. It's not really emotional support. I don't think it's this one that he's referring to, but I can't find any of the other ones that it might be. Most of them are cashiers fighting back, which is also hype. Oh, there's also this one, which is a classic. I appreciate it, Misha. Have you seen the War of the Worlds in the making? What do you mean? Toss? What do you mean toss? This isn't toss. This is the one I'm thinking of. Double check. Basically, all that happens is everyone runs out, and then they lock the door behind them, and he's stuck. And then eventually he starts really freaking out about being stuck here, and starts praying. Yeah, I don't know what would we toss about this. But I don't think this is the one he's talking about anyway. Because they don't give him emotional support. Unless I guess maybe Jesus answered his prayers. IRL door stuck meme. Yeah, I guess. Appreciate it. Thank you, Dragon King. God damn, Milky. The huge drops. It's neither of these. They even start to call the baby. What does that mean? They start to call the baby. How would you call a baby? They don't have a phone. What do you mean? Or do they call a baby to come over here and give them, like, emotional support? Like, you can't be mad, there's a baby here. Really appreciate the generosity. You seen the bank robber falling into a trash can from the ceiling and getting stuck? What? No, I haven't seen that either. This is brand new. This is from a month ago. Hey, by all means, get some brews going, man. Thanks for the 10. I can't find what Milky's referring to. I've typed in every variation of robber emotional support. Like, I'll try baby this time, I guess. I'll do robber emotional support baby. Phone store. Milky about to reveal he's the burglar of the store. Yeah, that'd be a crazy twist. The framing on this shot right here makes me believe he's gonna fall through this, but this feels like way too sturdy of a ceiling to fall through and land in this recycling bin. Oh, there's like a hatch there. Interesting. Surprise. They start calling the robber baby and sweetie, telling him that it's gonna be okay. So Apple Store. Okay. I'll find it, Milky. The perfect ambush.
Get out. Get out.
The officer was waiting for the perfect jump scare. That was really amazing timing. Got him with that Blumhouse special. Excellent work, officer. Okay, let me go back to trying to find Milky's. Welcome aboard, Jay. Oh, I've been down that rabbit hole many times, Edgy. Oh yeah, I like Osu a lot. Let me see. Maybe this one, robber gets locked in an Apple store. No, there's no audio here. So I don't think it's this. Oh, why did this even come up? They just successfully robbed it and ran away. They didn't even get stuck. Well, this story came up that sounds kind of cool. Serial burglar in a $1 million crime binge caught because of Apple AirTag gets 6 years in prison. Damn you, Apple! Welcome aboard, Red Sox. And yeah, I did see that, Shub. Thanks, Moolah. I don't see anything about robbers getting stuck in a store and getting emotional support. All the robbers I know that got stuck in the place they were robbing were the ones that I just pulled up. Robbery is legal in California. What was that? They did just pass something. It's not robbery being legal. It's not like the purge or anything. But it was like, any theft under a certain amount will no longer even be pursued at all or some shit. Which was a crazy ruling, and it was like, if anyone tries to impede an active robbery, you will get in trouble for trying to stop them or some shit. Fuck, I forgot all the particulars. Saw it the other day though, which was a wacky ruling. No, I don't think I can do that, Caesar. He was never stuck. Also, I think it was T-Mobile. He wasn't stuck. Okay. Robber, T-Mobile. I don't even... I'll just do robber, T-Mobile. 3 wanted in shocking takeover of a T-Mobile.
Crazy takeover robbery in Orange. It was all caught on camera. It had cameras inside. There were lots of witnesses.
No, they just successfully steal everything in the T-Mobile store, so probably not that. Youth arrested in a T-Mobile employee's killing. Definitely not that. Brazen robbery at T-Mobile. It's not this. I don't think.
From compensation and
yeah, it's definitely not that. Atlanta nail salon robbery where everyone ignored him. Oh, that's also a great one. That's actually probably exactly what it is. I think that's what Milky's thinking of. This is 100% what you're thinking of. Because this was great. No one took him seriously. So basically, Goofball comes in here trying to rob the place. No one cares.
Everybody get down! Give me all your money! It's got the money! Give me all your money! Get down! Where's the money? Give me the money! Where's the money? Everybody give me everything! Where's the money?
It could have gone worse, to be honest. Like, that's not bad. It's like a little random event in an MMO. But no one engaged with the side quest. That has to be what you were thinking of, Milky. That's like the only thing that almost fits your description.
Who is that guy? It's Critical.
Hey, well, wishing you the best, Sam. I appreciate the kind words. No, it was filmed from a customer. It was 1,000 in CA. Oh, okay, so it was under 1,000. Gotcha. Fuck, man, I have no idea then. I have no idea. That's a Destiny 2 public event. Yeah, pretty much. He just looks so defeated. He's like, man, I hyped myself up in the mirror for like 30 minutes. I really thought I was ready for this, and it is not.
All right, so chat, we're going to talk about the biggest stomps in esports history across every game, featuring a speedrunning legend, Linkus7, one of the most wicked man in all of esports. All right, so CSGO, the biggest stomp in CSGO history is based on the speed of the round. How badly did you lose a round? Now, first I found this. This is a 16-second round by 100 Thieves.
13-4, first map of the series. Big nade, massive grenade there. They're gonna rain down. That might have been the fastest round in pro.
That was the fastest round. Everyone's laughing. In esports history, they threw grenades towards the middle after gathering that the CTs would be on an eco buy round, but Asuras Gaming, who was losing, had the exact same strategy, also rushed middle and threw nades, and just got completely owned. But there was actually an even faster round than that. In fact, twice as fast as that by Mouse Esports versus FaZe. Right, this is the round. It starts now. They bought a gun. Dead.
Keep in mind this map can go
Dead.
T-sided. Oh no, it's the
Dead,
rush up
dead,
middle
dead.
eco push. I did not want to see that.
That was an
guys.
8-second round
That's
and
like
is the
watching adults
fastest
beat up
professional
children.
round of CSGO ever played.
I feel like after the first two guys, they would like realize maybe we should just hide or something. But no, just you know.
So that was CSGO. I'll pick the next one. I'll talk about StarCraft, all right? Let's talk about StarCraft. So there's a lot of very fast StarCraft matches. Obviously in StarCraft, there's cheese rushes you can do that can knock someone out pretty quickly. But never in a professional match has someone lost before their opponent even made a military unit. Which is, this is from the TSL. This is back when I first started in esports. I remember this game vividly. This is the round of 8, Noni versus Idra. Idra was a player that, one of the first big Western StarCraft players. He got signed. He called all of his fans idiot douchebags. And he said, I get paid to put up with you something like that. And he got fired. He got dropped immediately by his team, Evil Geniuses. Before that happened, he played this match. He was known to be a very emotional player. This is the round of 8 match in full.
Can somebody fucking shoot this guy? What the hell?
Alright, the game is starting. On a game of StarCraft, you start by sending your 4 workers from your starting building to go mine minerals, which is where you begin the whole process of building your empire. I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit. Now, the first thing he does before anything happens is he takes his starting minerals and builds a second command center right here. Then the probe, which is your starting mining worker unit, comes out from the other guy to come and scout him. It's just coming to scout. While it's scouting, it does a little poke damage to the SCV. Now, what you need to know is, when this happens, what you do is you press escape, and it makes this guy stop working, and you send him away, and you send the second guy in with full HP. That's how it works. It's very simple. Everyone does it. Occasionally, you might press escape and cancel the whole building, which loses you all of the money that you've mined for the first 2 minutes. Now, when that happens, there's 2 options. You can try to play it out, or immediately GG and quit. In 2 minutes and 5 seconds, before a single military unit has arrived in your base, a single probe has shown up, and you've already quit. That is the fastest professional match ever.
Can I ask a boomer question about StarCraft?
Yeah.
Why is there not a StarCraft 3? Because isn't StarCraft 2 still kind of popular, but very old?
It's very old. It's not really popular at all anymore. It has a little bit of viewers, I guess. Blizzard sucks.
That's it.
I mean, they can't even get a Diablo 4. They can't get Overwatch 2 to be a real game. Well, let's do League of Legends. All right? Turns out, when I was researching this, there's a lot of games that could qualify as the fastest loss ever in League of Legends. But only one was between 2 real pro teams in the height of Korean League of Legends. So, this is Team Dark versus Samsung Ozone. This team would eventually become, I believe, world champions. So this is a great team. And Team Dark was captained by a guy named Apto, who's considered to be the secret best League of Legends player in Korea. He was considered to be the only guy that could match Faker. He's actually super good. And what he would do is he would stream most of the time, and he got officially banned from competitive play. Do you remember why Apto was banned? Oh, he's boosting. Yeah, so he would log on to his stream, take somebody's like bronze account, and boost it to Challenger because he was that good.
He got banned for that?
He was doing it publicly over and over and over for money. Right? So he got banned for boosting, and it was his big way of making money. And so in retaliation, the rest of his team, Team Dark, did this, where they picked a game with 5 junglers, which is not the meta, against the team playing the absolute top tier meta. And they tried to invade.
Dark Skarner on the
steal
run.
with
He's
the
like, I'm
5
not even
jungles.
supposed
It
to
didn't
be
work.
here.
They died.
And keep out.
They fell behind to a top team. Proceeded to lose
Goodbye,
every lane.
PLLS.
And then by 7 minutes, were in their base trying to make penises out of wards. They were trying to, because they used to play as many wards as you want. And got their Nexus pushed down by 7 minutes, which is by far the fastest and quickest stomp in League of Legends history. This is what every League game looks like for the average players in Bronze and Silver. But it was the first time that like pro players.
This is really a.
I also tell if this is like 2013, 2014, because like all players didn't get banned for this. Because I'm telling you, with sponsor like 2022, if you have penises out of that, I feel like you would immediately get in trouble.
So that's how this story ends, is they all got banned.
Wait, really?
Yeah, every single member of this team on the right was permanently banned from pro play in Korea. Following in Dopa's footsteps, the team was completely disbanded and destroyed. So really, they left the legacy. They left the legacy. Korea doesn't fuck around in this stuff. There was a guy who cheated. He match fixed in Korean StarCraft, and they sent him to jail. He went to actual jail, and I remember they were burning his. He had banners on the walls of the studio because he was a champion. And they burned his banners and like erased him from the history books, and he went to jail. Yeah, Korea doesn't fuck around on esports. All right, so let's pick a different game. We did League.
I have never seen or played
Smite. Okay. So this one is the fastest defeat in Smite history. Now I could have shown my and Clint Stevens' team, but in fact I have a different game. This is Soar versus Envy. Now, here's what happens. Actually, you can hear the commentator explain it.
Is going to be on that Hombats. But look at this group up from Envy. They're all swinging around the left-hand side. This is going to be a good debate.
This team, Envy, lost game 1 badly and was salty about it. So they picked a cheesy comp of basically like 5 invaders, like they're all stacking and hiding. I think their plan is to invade the jungle, kill the jungler, and try to cheese out a win. I think is the understanding.
Experiment.
This is gonna
this could
either work
them
brilliantly or crash and burn, right? I mean, in theory, this should work. Well, I mean, if this works, if they can get all 3 kills in the dual lane position, then they're gonna set themselves up really beautifully for the rest of the game.
And if they don't, totally what's gonna happen?
Then they're gonna lose very quickly.
So they all 5 charge forward. They're immediately seen, and everyone reacts by just getting away. So they get 0 kills. They have yet to farm a single creep, so they have no money. So they try to tower dive this guy.
He's going to dive to the tower there, and now on top of that, we're going to see Dust actually pick up first. Is that worth?
No, that was not worth because during that whole
so now they're getting really desperate and they're wondering what they're going to do. So they all 4 roam across the map to the other side and jump on these 2 while they're doing the buff.
Okay.
Yo, Dragon on, you have a green night. Thank you for coming to the stream. Hope to see you again.
1 guy level 3 versus 5 level 1. I wonder.
Meanwhile, everybody else is continuing to farm up as Baskin's getting 4-manned at the moment, but Baskin's alive, finds the second kill as well. Bludgeon again hitting 3. Oh my God! All right, okay, yeah, I'm done. Like, I don't even know what Envy was doing there.
He just
So
1v4'd
Baskin 1v4s the guys who have accomplished nothing,
and now Baskin's in a position
immediately
to
they
destroy
realize this is not
Credit to
looking
Baskin
good.
for what he did right now.
Then he kills another one, I think.
They surrendered as well.
That was a 1 minute 35-second game of professional Smite.
Even if they would have gotten the kills, though, wouldn't they still have been
They were still behind. I think it was a really stupid strategy. I think they needed to really crush for it to work, and they got owned. Complete domination there in Smite. Now, let's talk about a game that some don't consider esport, but I do. This is probably the most recent example on our list. This is a game of chess. So this is Magnus Carlsen versus Hans Niemann. Here are the moves. Well, you make them too fast for you to see.
Already, and this is how the game went.
That's it. That's the game. Pawn to e4, knight to f6, pawn to d4, pawn to c4, and then he resigned. Because Magnus Carlsen thought that Hans Niemann was cheating.
This is the anal beads guy.
This is the anal beads guy.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, you get it. So Magnus Carlsen thought that he was cheating, so he did exactly 1 move in professional play and then immediately resigned as like protest. So this is actually a tie, I believe, but it's a tie for fastest chess game professionally. That being said, I also wanted to find the fastest real chess game professionally, and I did. This is a game between 2 grandmasters. I said I wanted to find the fastest real chess game between 2 grandmasters. This is from 1924, the year I turned 50. I believe this is the fastest game between 2 grandmasters. And my understanding is...
Is this being played in real time, or they're copying the moves that they did?
They're copying the moves that they did.
Okay.
It's from 1924.
Oh, the 24. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait.
That's it. Okay, so my understanding is right here is the big mistake. And once the knight moves here, if he takes with the pawn, the queen comes down here and it's checkmate. Because he can't go anywhere and he can't block it. And if he doesn't, he loses his queen. So it's game over. That's the shortest decisive master game in history.
I feel like this could totally work against France. No one would see this coming.
Oh yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Let's try it right now.
Chess.com, there's no way. Wait, do you have a good score? If you don't have like a mega good score, there's no way people would see that, right?
Okay, let's see if I can try this right now.
Okay.
Wait, what was his first move? Okay, it was this. He needs to do the knight. No, wait, I have to be black. It doesn't make sense if I'm not black.
Wait, you have to be black for it to work?
Well, yes, I have to be black. It won't work on white. It doesn't. All right. All right, we're trying crazy gambit. Okay, now. Let's go, Lucas! Let's go, dude! And I hear some kind of buzzing coming from your hands. I don't know what's going on.
It's probably my phone.
It's probably your phone. Yeah, it's probably your phone. Well, that was certainly one of the quickest esports wins of all time. We have Dota 2. The only Dota 2 game I could find that was won in under 10 minutes. This is M5 versus eHome, game 2. Again, I'm not a Dota expert. If any Dota fans can help explain this to me, my understanding is, okay, M5 picked some kind of risky heroes like Pudge. Then the game starts out and it's pretty even. Like they get some kills, I skip ahead. And then right around here.
Head not tango through King J, absolutely screwed. No, he turns it around the long range lane.
Yeah, they do it. They do a gank on this guy and he turns it around somehow and gets a double kill. And then from there, they proceed to lose every single lane.
What a play. Oh, man. M5 are in a world of trouble now.
By the way, they've lost every lane, and then I think right about now, they just forfeit. Yeah, they type GG.
6 minutes into the game.
Yeah, this is the difference in golders. So by 6 minutes, they've already down 3,000 gold, and they just give up.
I feel like usually also people don't give up in Dota, do they? Don't just play it out if they know they're probably going to lose?
Yeah, exactly. I think most pro teams play it out in general. M5 picked all early game and ganker characters. eHome has 5 characters who all scale well in the late game. It's entirely pointless from the play after losing every lane. Okay. Yeah, okay, good. That explains. So that was Dota 2. We'll do Age of Empires 4, a game that I was briefly top 1,000 in. I had a forehead cam that was just my forehead. I wouldn't say any word. I streamed for like 6 hours in a row every day, and I only played Age of Empires, and I didn't talk to chat. So anyway, I'll briefly explain this. In Age of Empires 4, all the maps are randomly generated. And what you do in a game of Age of Empires 4, you start with a... The graphics are good in this game. This game is beautiful. No, this game is beautiful. This is newer.
Okay.
You start with this little town center right here, and you start with a couple villagers. And you go and you chop down trees, and you start getting food from berry bushes, and you start building your little economy, right?
Okay.
And most important thing in a game of Age of Empires 4 is that randomly a sheep will spawn around your base, all over the map, especially around your base. And sheep are the best way to get food early on. You need them. It's very important. I remember when I would play Age of Empires 4, I would scream at the monitor if I didn't get enough sheep, all right? But this guy, what he does is he takes his starting horse, which usually you go to scout for the sheep, and he runs straight for the opponent's base.
Okay.
He's trying to be sneaky. What he wants to do is get his starting horse to find the enemy base and harass them. Then he's going to come back later and get his sheep. That's the plan.
Striker was missing out on sheep. Yeah, look at the back of his base. There's free sheep.
So, while his little horse is up here attacking this guy, be a little harasser, the blue guy's horse snuck past him, went all the way around, and stole every sheep on the map. He went all the sheep around his base, all the sheep over here. Yeah, so he's stealing all of his sheep. He doesn't know yet.
Oh my god. Is this the biggest mistake we've ever seen in history? He literally...
Listen, that's how important sheep are. This commentator is one of the best. He's saying, is this the biggest mistake in history because he missed a couple sheep? So we can see the whole map, but the players can only see the area. They fog them. It's like, this is what he sees, right? So the sheep are all in the darkness.
Okay, gotcha.
Right? So he can't see him yet. So he's sitting his horseback to find all the sheep. But he's going to find out very quickly. Look at all the sheep he has. The blue guy has 2 different horses.
So he's picked up all of Striker's sheep back to his base. He's like, oh, it's fine, I'm gonna find some sheep. He then goes around his base exactly on the same path that Leenock went before. All of the sheep have already been taken.
Yeah, every
so he
sheep is
doesn't get
gone.
any sheep.
So if you have 0 sheep versus a guy with 10 or 9, you lose instantly. And he resigns. Right there, because the blue guy, he built another horse immediately, so he took all of his sheep and the opponent's sheep. He took every sheep. So it was over. That's the fastest game. It's a 4-minute 20-second 420 Blaze It. Fastest Age of Empires game by a mile, by the way. I've watched a ton of Age of Empires games, and that's by far the fastest. Now, finally, I will show you the last of our fastest and most dominant sports games of all time, and that is from Smash Melee. And that is actually a recent game. This is actually the most recent game on the list. You're not going to be happy.
Falco?
This is Falco, played by Seb, versus H-God, Hungry Box, the man himself. And this happened very recently, and I believe is the fastest competitive game I've seen.
Blast zones, good layout.
All right.
And we're into it already.
Battlefield. And
also,
it starts with a
that's
rest.
right.
That's the first stop.
We don't even have time to commentators arrest. Like it's okay. I don't. No. Don't continue.
No, not twice, bro.
Not twice.
Don't do it to him.
I don't want to see a
I just
talked.
talked.
Oh my god.
I just talked.
God, what's going on?
Okay.
I don't want to see 12 rounds right now.
Dead.
Oh my god. Oh my
I have
god,
to say
Stream,
I have to say H-Box just lost Game 5 in Ultimate. He is pissed. He is pissed. Starting it off with 4 rests.
What? 4 rest, 34-second 4-stock. The fastest competitive game of Super Smash Bros. Melee. Just grinding it out. Puff has a move called Rest, which puts him asleep, but if it hits, it's really small hitbox, but if it hits, instant kill. But if they miss it, he's just stuck here asleep, so you get a huge punish on him. So it's very risky, but he hits all 4 first try.
And I don't want to see 12.
He throws him off, and then this guy does his side B where it goes, and moves really fast to one spot. He catches it. That's crazy. That one's crazy.
To catch 12 rests right now.
That's crazy. That's really good. So yeah, that's the fastest and the most dominant. And one of the coolest things I've seen H-Box ever do, to be quite honest. And ladies and gentlemen, that is H-Rock and Linkus's breakdown of the top stomps.
Hey! No! Stop! Just calm down!
Germany is pretty famous for its tank destroyers, but this one is probably my favorite. This is the Jagdpanzer 38T, more commonly known as the Hetzer. It's very comedic looking and it's pretty good in War Thunder. So let's take it out and see what we can do. Ooh, hello. Yeah, the cannon is pretty solid. Doesn't have a ton of HE filler though. I did not notice that. I think we might be able to flank here, which is pretty funny. This is not exactly a flanking tank. I think I can see a guy right there. This guy's engine. Please don't turn around or scout me. Nope, that's exactly what he's doing. Yeah, I'm definitely scouted. You can tell because I have artillery called on me immediately. Ooh. Okay, that's actually not really scary at all. Yep, you're dead. Okay, that's kind of scary. How does that ricochet? What? Excuse me? Okay, there we go. Jeez Louise, man. That absolutely should not have happened. Neither of those non-pens. Yeah, that's a bad day for sure. It could have turned out a lot worse, though. I'm counting my blessings. Is this a Churchill or a gun carrier? I think it's a gun carrier. Yeah, definitely is. Poor guy. What BR is that? That's like 3.3, isn't it? Is this a full down tier? I will attempt to take this cap, but I don't have high hopes. That's a bad guy. I think that's an M4A3105. Yep, it was an M4A3105. That I think might be an Avenger. No, just a Cromwell. I don't think he can do anything to us, really. It's not the optimal spot to have my gun. I completely whiffed that because I ran into a wall. I think I'm going to rush this Cromwell, actually, because I can hear something approaching from... That's a big bomb. I say nothing.
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble.
No, very unfortunately placed a wreck for you. Yeah, our team ain't doing so hot, Chief. Half of them left without doing literally anything. If I crest this hill, am I gonna get shot in the lower front plate by this T-34? I am a bit suspicious of that T-34. I'm not
Where did that guy even come from?
convinced that his APHE round won't just ignore our angled armor and go right through, because it's Russian APHE.
Betrayal.
Oh. Awesome. I didn't know that was possible, but there you go. Yeah, that's a blue womp if I've ever seen it. I can't tell if it's just my eyes or if it's the recording software, but it's looking a little bit choppy, this game. It might be because I have like 50 Chrome tabs open right now, and if you're wondering why, it's research for our historical video, don't worry about it. I sure hope that's not a 76 Sherman. It doesn't look like it. No, it was not. Ow. Yeah, I think it's a little bit optimistic to think that a 75 is going to do much to me. If I just sit here, is he going to keep shooting me? He fired a smoke round. I mean, sure. Yeah, that works. Oh, hi, plane.
We successfully pushed the northeast woods.
Ooh,
The game is over.
I don't like that. How much can our gun... Oh, wow, that has no elevation whatsoever. Yeah, we're probably gonna die to a plane again. Yep. Thanks, Chaffee. I appreciate the effort, man. I really do. I'm just gonna keep turning to face you, man. If you can pen my back, I'm just gonna keep looking at you. Nope, he's just gonna bomb me. Or that guy, specifically. You know, I sure would like to play the game instead of having to dodge an aircraft constantly. Well... I'm sorry, Stug. I definitely failed you there. That was my bad.
We won.
Awesome. No, maybe I shouldn't be using the bright red market camo. That might be attracting attention just a little bit. You know, I thought this was a very slow vehicle, especially because it has, what, 160 horsepower, but it's not been too bad. Hi, bad guy. See you later. Ooh.
I got a medal.
That's highly unfortunate.
Destroy 2 or more enemy tanks or tank destroyers.
There we go. Ooh, that was a nice
And a light
explosion.
tank in one
I
battle.
can't even aim high enough to hit that guy.
Enemy vehicles must be at least 1 tier higher.
Ow. What on earth are you? Oh, it's just an... it's just a poor ASU. Yeah, I don't think I even need to use my cannon for this one. For the Greyhound, probably, but not the, yeah. Wait, is that an M3? It is. You are not built for this BR, my friend. Yeah, goodbye. We almost had our 4th cast death. Can we trick him into thinking we fired by just like... Yeah, that's me shooting my main gun, I promise. Ooh. Oh no. Please crash, please crash. How did he not crash? I can't even... Oh, I can't aim my gun at all now. Yeah, unfortunately for that AMX-13, tracers work both ways. There's something shooting my Tehran front. I'm gonna load the high explosive just in case. Maybe we can, like, I don't know, kill him with splash damage. Bye-bye. What are you shooting me for, man? I helped you. Like, I don't know what you want. Ooh, that's a rough hit. Yeah, you guys have fun with that. I'm going to try to avoid being bombed, because I've already got that going for me. That is an even more interesting camo choice than mine. I know that I'm going to get way too confident in one of these games, and a KV2 Ziz 6 is going to just erase me from existence. Your lower front plate can be penned pretty easily, but the good thing is that the transmission will usually eat all the damage. Granted, you can't move afterwards, but it's better than being dead. Ooh. What did that? I can't really see that. I am utterly shocked at that pent. Oh, our buddy's hurt. Okay, this is probably like the worst position to repair him in because he can't shoot at anything that comes that direction. You guys should know by now that I'm not the brightest individual. A lot of the time I feel like Patrick Starr, not in the happy-go-lucky way. More so just the immensely negative IQ way. I feel like I say this almost every video, but we haven't died to a tank yet, have we? Well, I see you. Yeah, let's third person this. There we go. If you could, stop doing that, really appreciate it, thank you. Ow. Well, it wasn't a KV2 Ziz 6, it was a KV1 Ziz 5, so -1 and -1. I jinxed myself by saying we haven't died to a tank yet. Aha, you fool. Oh, we did absolutely nothing to him. I'm the real fool. I am kind of worried about this Chaffee because he's just so mobile and we're not. I hope he's still hiding behind this house. Ooh. No, he wasn't. What are you? Can't even see? Is this the same Chaffee? I really hope it is. No idea. Didn't get to see the guy's name. I will proceed with caution. If that was the same guy, yeah, like I said, insane mobility. Oh, wait, another Chaffee just died, so maybe not? I know this is such a minor thing, but it really bothers me that there's still tan on this. Like, don't get me wrong, this skin's very well made, but it's, not very aesthetically pleasing. Let's wait for our friends. I don't want to hear anything about, oh, it's
Got bum rushed by half the enemy team.
Machine gun, please.
I gotta get out of here! Too late!
I love the panic that sets in when people get machine gunned. Like, for a few seconds, they just don't react, and it's like, oh, I can die. Yeah, don't mind me, just a German tank using my remote-controlled MG-34 to annihilate some Japanese men. This thing is such a silly vehicle. I really have trouble taking it seriously. Like, hey guy, what shape do you want your tank destroyer in today? Trapezoid. Hold up, that's a man. Yep, that'll do it. You're not going anywhere, pal. Actually, he can pen me pretty easily, I think. Please don't look this way. I hope I can hit this shot. Yes, thank you. They're team killer. Yeah, I wouldn't advertise that. Oh my goodness, that's... very scary bad man. Die? Question mark? Thank you. Die? Yep. How did that guy miss? How did that not pen? Is that guy... He's going right back up to the same spot. That's inadvisable, dude. I say dude pretty frequently, just a normal speech, but I avoid it when I record because I don't want to sound like XQC. Dude? Dude? Please die. Thank you. Everyone's using backups today, I guess. The Cheeto came back, the Sherman came back, the Breda came back. Oh, hi, plane. Yes, thank you. I really hope his breach is actually damaged. Okay. It was, actually. Oh my goodness, this plane's still alive and he's still trying to kill me? I would go replenish my commander, except for the fact that my commander MG is entirely useless. I don't really get how we're losing
I'm gonna
this.
go pee.
Okay, he's got that handled. I don't like the Jagdpanzer IV being 4.3. I feel like that's, pretty egregious as far as powerful vehicles go, but I'm okay with the Hetzer being there. He's just a little creature, you know? My crew members form a gradient because they're just lined up. Oh no, you don't, my friend. He wasn't expecting the wedge. Go, wedge, go. Go, wedge, go. You are pretty messed up now. I wish you would stop doing that, because that's quite annoying. Oh god, if that artillery hits, I'm gonna get my roof caved in. Run! At least a few meters away. We barely avoided that. Ooh. If one of those kills me... Okay, we're good. Oh. Yeah, we're not good with that. Why? Why does everyone decide to bomb me? There are plenty of tanks out there that aren't mine. I should be able to pretty comfortably rush this Sark, I think. Nope, it's not gonna work. Sorry. Oh no, guys, it's Michael Whitman, number 6, and Chicken Nug 96172. What will we do? Alright! That's a Locust. That's an ASU. 2 Goblin sightings back to back. Oh, and a Chaffee. Hi. Bye.
Look at this fucking matchmaking. Look at the
Yeah,
top.
sorry, pal.
The enemy, just by default, starts with 500 more life than us.
Well, at least we hit his barrel. That could have gone much
How
worse.
stupid is that?
He's so stunned by my immense accuracy. That's the cat taken, and now it is time to retreat. Okay, we should be able to pretty comfortably finish this guy off. Yep. Yep. Priorities. Disable as much as you can before you finish him off. Even if you get a kill assist. Oh, that was really close. I am going to move. KV2. The situation does not seem to be improving. Hi. Goodbye. Okay, I'm doing something extremely stupid here. I hear so many engines. I hate this. Oh, that didn't kill him. Oh, I hear a T-34 behind me. I'm on your team, man. Leave me alone. I'm so dead here. It's not even funny. We have to be bold. We have to be brave. Oh, that's terrible. No, not Michael Whitman and Chicken Nug. Let's go, boys. Let's push the advantage. What did this Panzer IV just get shot by? Oh, that's very unfortunate for you, Chicken Nug. You got back to the battle fast. Well, not really if we got back at the exact same time. Pretty ironic to get killed by that in a KV2. Another Stuart. Please, I just want to kill the Chaffee. No. So yeah, that's the Yak Panzer 38T, aka Hetzer. Probably a bit late to mention, but it's not actually called the Hetzer. That's just a post-war nickname. Overall, pretty solid and fun vehicle. It's pretty decent all around, although the cannon's traverse is a bit limited. It's somewhat mobile for the armor you get. Reloads pretty quick. Guns pretty good. I would give it like a B, I think. Anyway, if you guys have suggestions...
How dare you, the Hetzer is like an S.
And I'll see you on the next
It's not a B, it's like an S.
Today, we're going to be jumping into some of the best ninja looting reactions in World of Warcraft history that were lucky enough to be caught on film. Let's jump into it.
Okay.
Number 5, Onyxia. A warrior by the name of Sinocide steals all the loot.
Oh my god. What the heck?
Everyone in this raid yeah, like that's gonna matter. Hail to the night. I don't feel like these are that good. Yeah, this doesn't seem like it's that good, man. Trash video?
Number
Yeah.
4, Illidan.
While the guild is rolling for items freshly dropped from Illidan,
Skull
a
of Gold
paladin by the name
Dude.
of Cirque ninjas everything
Skull
he
of
can,
Gul'dan was
tries
so
to hearth out
good.
afterwards, realizes he can't, so he just dances in front of his angry guildies.
He can't hearth out, so he just has to sit there and wait for his Hearthstone to go away. That's great.
36.
You fucking idiot!
Oh no.
Wow.
Wow, man. Wow.
He just G quit.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Did he just
got ninja.
He just took everything.
He took the skull.
Oh my god, dude.
Alright, somebody open a petition.
This will get solved. I wonder if it got solved. Yeah, I wonder, man.
Emma Toad just shot like $30,000 at me.
That was her chess piece. Jinsen nudes to the GM for nothing, you know?
How are we supposed to word it? Because don't they usually say if you put it on group loot, then you're just SOL?
Yeah, why the fuck
Yeah,
they
do
put
it
on
anyway.
group loot, man?
Number 3, Major Domo. After his guild tells everyone to stay away from the loot chest, a rogue by the name of Darien quickly steals all of the loot and disenchants the pieces in front of his now former guildies.
Oh.
Everybody, please stay away. Do not open.
I like how he was fucking planning that shit. He had sprint up, so he just like right over the fucking chest.
Chest up there.
Darian, get away from that chest.
Darian, quit touching that chest.
Darian.
Darian.
Oh my gosh.
He just ninja the Eye of Divinity.
He just ninja the Eye of Divinity. Oh god, dude.
Boot him now.
And he's disenchanting him.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What an ass. What an... Wow,
The best in slot healing shoulders. That's a shard now.
Dude, that was such a nice claw trap too.
Oh my god.
Guys, I'm sorry about that. You know, unfortunately, as the guild grows, it's hard to weed all the freaking jerks out, okay?
All the jerks out. QQ.
Number 2, Mimiron. A rogue by the name of Hachiroku quickly takes advantage of his guild's free-for-all group loot settings
Why the
and
fuck do
steals
people
all
do
of the
that?
Mimiron loot right after downing him.
Roll the 2.
He just took it anyway, because he lost the roll.
Hachi?
Hati?
He ninja.
What the fuck?
I got a video of it.
He's got a video of it. Like he's gonna
Oh,
submit
what
the
the
video evidence to Blizzard. That's my
GM.
favorite thing, man. We're gonna show Blizzard what these people are really doing. We're gonna let them know.
The boss, yeah, with the boss kill.
Oh my
God damn it!
They're so dumb,
Hachi,
dude.
what the
They're
fuck?
so
dude?
dumb.
You're still in here, you piece of shit. I'm just disappointed in you. I don't care about the loot. I mean, honestly, you're such a fucking douchebag over a game. It's pixels. Good job, asshole. I'll hunt you down on every server you go to with this. Yep, dude. Good luck. Fuck.
Bro, this guy, was this the same guy that made the Wizards IRL video? He's got the same fucking voice, dude. He's got the same fucking voice. Here's the thing. I never really have thought ninja looting is really like... I never really thought it's like that bad, especially if you have it on group loot. Because if you have it on group loot, I don't like this social... I guess like here's a way to put it, right? I don't like social expectations that every single individual person like has to hold. I think that's stupid. It's like if you put it on group loot or you put it on free-for-all, you're gonna have somebody who's gonna take it. Like it's just what's gonna happen. It's like if you put $100 bill in the middle of the fucking in the middle of the street, somebody's gonna go over there and they're gonna get the $100 bill. Like just don't be a thieving cunt. Well, I don't think they should ban people for it. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they should ban people for it. Yeah, it's the thing is that if you give people the opportunity to do something like this, they're gonna do it. Like it's gonna happen. And I think that it's like if you leave your car unlocked in like a parking lot overnight with like, let's say you leave the car with the door open in a parking lot overnight, you come back next morning and all your stuff's stolen. Like, yeah, obviously the people that stole your stuff are assholes, but you're kind of stupid for leaving the door open too. That's what I'm saying. Victim blaming? No, it's not a victim blaming. No, it's not. It's don't be a fucking idiot, and maybe some things bad won't happen to you as much. Like, victim blaming is not exercising some degree of common sense. You have to exercise common sense.
You can get apply to a guild now.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be a big problem.
Just don't. Congratulations. You have an enemy no matter where you go on this server.
Number 1, Gar.
Damn.
This famous clip by a rogue on the
God
Arthas
damn,
server
that
shows
guy's
the ninja
serious.
Gar, and the guild's reaction is
What
priceless.
the fuck?
Yeah, I want that ring. I do.
Alright. Who else wants it other than rogues? Because all the rogues do.
Yeah.
Tron, what are you doing?
What the fuck? Oh my
I never get tired of
God.
watching this one. I never get tired of watching this one.
I'm going to kill myself right now. See ya. Get ready.
Okay, Sharon.
You piece of shit! You piece of shit! I can't believe you. Oh my god.
Wow, man.
And he has my motherfucking gloves too.
This girl reminds me of Cora a lot. She'd get pissed off like this too.
Shit happens.
That was a Wallbringer helmet. Holy shit.
Who cares? That helmet sucks.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. I want to kill him. I want to fucking kill him.
Bonus clip Marogar. This bonus features a pug that just downed Marogar, where a Death Knight lost an axe drop to another player because his DPS was too low.
That's a good raid rule. I remember this fucking clip. If I remember right, there was this like 80-year-old man who couldn't fucking hit his buttons and they didn't give him any goddamn loot. I actually, like, whenever I do pugs in like Wrath and BC and shit where it matters, I'll have shit like this too. And like if you're damaged, especially in Wrath, like if you're playing Wrath and you're in ICC and your damage sucks, it's because you suck. And if somebody's not doing what they need what they need to do, then fuck them, get them out of there.
Let's check out his reaction.
Really, bro?
Yeah, I was
Chill the
doing
fuck
both,
out.
dude.
It's also called a game.
You're a ninja. You know, you're a punk ass bitch.
And you're a punk.
He's wearing that guy is wearing a hat. Like, I guarantee he's sitting in his house, he's wearing a motherfucking
Whoa, that was cool.
Yeah, bitch, you won't shut the hell up. It's a game.
I got your punk ass bitch hanging, motherfucker.
Oh, is that a threat?
I got spiked 2 times and I still pulled over.
He's so mad, dude. He's so mad.
Yeah, a roll is a roll. You didn't say nothing about that at the beginning of the game.
Yeah. These are the people. This is like. I bet this guy plays Classic now. This is one of the guys playing Classic, upvoting ninja loot threads on the fucking subreddit, man. Hey, he's fucking sitting there upvoting threads. I can't even believe it.
We did.
No, you did.
Keep up with your mouth. Keep up with your mouth. I dare you.
Keep up with your
What are you gonna do? Fuck with me, punk?
Oh, trust me, you will be scared.
You know, dude, he's saying that just to fuck with the old dude, man. That old guy is so, like, they're just doing it just to make him mad. Like, I would say something like that just to make him mad.
I ain't trust you for shit, man, you ninja son of a bitch.
One eternity later.
You're 54 and you're talking shit to probably a bunch of people that are younger than you. Does that prove anything? No, it doesn't. Just stop.
When you're a thief, hey, it doesn't make a difference. In the real world, you rip off from me, I'm gonna whip your ass. I'll give you a mouth whipping that you won't forget.
All right.
A mouth with a dick, you gay bag. Shut up.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'll get you in the form.
Did he say what I think he just said? I didn't even notice that.
You didn't say shit about no AK DPS, and nobody did AK DPS.
Did he say that?
In the first place. You ninja it and gave it to your cut buddy.
Okay, Mr. Maggie.
All right.
That was a great game. I
didn't
did
even notice it.
3,550 spotting.
Let's see. Let me go down here and see what the comments are. The guy in the last clip was actually right. A roll was a roll. Oh my god, dude. Oh my fucking god. A roll is a roll. No, it's fucking not. No, it's fucking not. All right.
Our mission done.
If somebody rolls and they suck, and they don't do
I got
any
my
damage
I got
at
a mark
all
of
or anything
excellence
like that,
from my Type 64.
you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna discount their roll. If somebody doesn't put in the work to kill the boss, they don't get the loot.
I did 183 damage when I came in
Meritocracy,
first.
And if you don't earn it, you don't get it. That's all there is to it. That's only fair. Yeah. I mean, you have somebody like here. Think about it like this. If you have somebody that goes in and they do, you know, like they do some bullshit and they don't pull their own weight, how is it fair to everybody else in the raid for you to give that person gear over everybody else? How's it fair to everybody else for you to take their gear and give it to the person putting in the loot?
I might just play one more game, I think.
No. There's a benchmark that you have to meet. I'm not saying that you always give it to the top DPS, but let's say somebody's doing 20,000 DPS and the other dude's doing 4. No, man, I'm not going to give it to the guy doing 4. Fuck no, I'm not going to do that. It doesn't happen. The rich get richer, I guess. Yeah, listen. Wouldn't have shit then? No, I would. What the hell you mean? So McConnell? What are you guys trying to bring up McConnell for? What if you just had a bad fight, or did you gotta do a CPS report? Bro, like back then, like damage was not as RNG as it is now. Like you don't have RNG on that level. Like obviously.
Yo, what's up?
What? I don't know. They're trying to make up some shit. Listen, if these bad DPS babies in chat want to get butthurt about it, then just don't join the fucking raid. Okay? But I have plenty of people that line up to join my raids because I reward people that put in effort. And that means I'm going to get people to join that are going to put in effort. That's the way it works. What would I rather have? Would I rather have a raid full of people that are talking about how people should get loot no matter what? Or a raid full of people that are competing for the top slot because they want to earn their items? Oh, I wonder what's going to have the better outcome. Give me a fucking break.
Jesus.
What?
Are you talking about fucking classic loot again?
No, I'm just saying in general. I'm saying, actually, no, not classic loot, because classic, like, the damage is so fucking broken, it doesn't even matter. I mean, like, in like, BC and Wrath and Kata. Like, mostly in Wrath. You remember the GDKP runs from back in the day, right?
Oh, I don't have to worry about Wrath. Like, Wrath was awesome.
Yeah, you're gonna pop off.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Kick all the low DPS.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Dude. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, of course. Maybe specify loot rules in the beginning. Yeah, of course. No, you should do that. Like, so for example, I will say, like, if I see somebody in a raid, and like, let's say they do, like, let's say they're like a hunter or something like that, and they just move up and they only auto attack Veil, I'm not gonna give them loot. Or they don't do any spells, they just auto attack the entire time. I will not give them loot because they didn't actually try in the fight. But if somebody actually tries in the fight, and I didn't have loot rules for low DPS, then of course I would give it to them. And what I'm saying is that I would make rules like this ahead of time. I would not say like, what do you call it? Makana 1000? No, yeah, if you just auto attack, that's it. And kick me pat. What about mages? Well, what do you mean? What about mages? Like mages only hit Frostbolt, so there's nothing else really that they have to do.
No. In Wrath it was Arcane Blast.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is that you should announce the loot rules ahead of time in a raid. So, for example, if you don't tell people that low damage will mean that you don't get loot, then I don't think that you should remove people's loot or not give them loot because they did low damage, unless they did damage that was so low that you can tell that they weren't trying at all. So, like, for example, if somebody just auto-attacks for the fight, or someone just spams the same ability over and over and over, and it's not classic, that's not the rotation. Like, of course, yeah, I'm not going to just, like, randomly not give somebody loot because they did bad DPS on a fight. But if I go into a raid and I set the loot rules and I say before the raid, if you don't hit 5k DPS, you don't get loot, and they don't hit 5k DPS and they don't get loot, that's not my problem. That's what I'm saying. Okay, yeah, that's the common sense way of handling it. Where if they died early and it was their fault, well, you just look at it and figure it out. I mean, it's a raid leader's problem. Right, I mean, obviously there's like 1,000 like little tiny circumstances. It could be a little bit different every single time. But like overall, I think that's a good rule to go with. That's at least the way that I handle it. Other people do it differently, but that's what I do. Stream Sniper dies in hardcore.
Alright, so, as you guys remember, there was a little bit of a situation with a raid boss paladin. Now, if you don't remember, here's a quick refresher on your memory. You prepped for this. You wanted this, dude.
So this guy, for anybody, who forgets, this guy went at Zico, he respec'd, he got full world buffs, and he had his rat friend, Druid, buffing him right before the fight. And you can't see buffs cross-faction, so Zico didn't even know this until he accepted the duel to the death. So anyway, what happened is, like, Zico obviously couldn't kill him, because he was, like, popping these potions to give him, like, massive, like, resist. Zico's gonna explain it? Okay, sure. I'll let him do it then. But as you can see here, he puts him to sleep, and then he runs back out, and it makes Firestar forfeit the duel, and then he gets a debuff. There it is.
Motherfucker!
Yep. And this debuff, by the way, fucks you. Decreases all attributes by 20%, all damage caused by 20%, and all armor and resistances by 20%. Absolutely massive. For 3 days. 3-day-long debuff.
Ah, shit, dude. Unlucky. Unlucky, my boy.
Mm-hmm.
Next time bring world buffs as well, you fucking dog. But that's a quick recap on what happened.
That's what happened,
yeah.
yeah.
Asked me any update on the Paladin, what's happening? Now,
What's
I will give you guys an update. So the Paladin, he stayed online for 72 hours. It took him, I think, 9...
Yeah, so, like, basically it's the same as ResSick. So it's not like you can just log out for 3 days and then come back. You actually have to sit in-game for 3 in-game 72 hours.
Days, real days, to actually get rid of the, let me move this
The
camera.
coward
To get
debuff.
rid of the debuff, the
Yep.
coward debuff. And this is the moment where he actually loses the debuff.
10 seconds.
He's finally able to play.
Et c'est fini.
He's happy. Our boy's happy.
C'est fini.
Oh, how, yeah, he's so happy. He's like, oh, we're back, boys. We're back.
So, at this point, you can see our boy is very happy. He finally
Yeah.
gets to continue his hardcore adventure without
That's
the
right.
buff.
That's right.
He's level 43, and he's got himself 2 bars worth of XP.
That's a lot.
Now, something terrible happened this morning.
What was it? What could have possibly happened?
Something absolutely devastating happened this morning.
No!
Our boy got to play.
Oh, no. Bro, he barely even got he didn't get even half a level. Oh, no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 9 bars
Wow.
without the debuff before he perished in Scarlet
Jesus.
Monastery.
I want to
So,
see how he died.
I'm not sure why he died. I think he died to a DC. I'm not entirely sure. But, yeah, that's the update on...
He
on
got disconnected? That is karma, is it not?
the Paladin situation. As far as I know, he's back in the forest, going again. I'm not sure. In the meantime, we have managed to get ourselves to level 54. We got 7 ears, and future's looking bright.
Right.
Here's Zico's reaction whenever he first found out. Oh no.
No way.
Oh no.
Hey. No way, dude.
Damn. Wow. That is sad.
Well, I got my
So
Twitch
fucking
drop,
sad.
and I gotta eat soon
Dude, the best
and
thing
do my
about it is he died
exercise.
to a DC.
So for the night,
That's what you
I will end the
fucking
stream. Thank you all for being here. Well, we're gonna find somebody to raid.
Server crashed? Oh man. Damn. Summary of what happened. So again, this guy played like an absolute rat.
We're gonna raid the slime. Everybody have a good night. And thank you for being here with me. And I will see you all next time.